was here for Emma Munina, Emma Watsona say. A neat 100.9 FM. Me 19 was so a gua utiano. And now a December, Bosumida a decline. 1st of December in the year 2020. This year, there are car and the form Akuma Quadriasana, ya de Afena Quaria. And I began about almost a kind of form Akuma and Sia, not just a quackotwaba. Many are saying why I watch Jane. So they quackotwabano. Hey, Najuno for Freyawate. Na hwe enieme bia na so obi a obetime de mpuntu aba wabra bom obi a obetime de sakra bi aba obi a wadwene da chinchirima ho ai ono ho na hwe na to aba no esan se wo to aba na ede ama wo madache wo to aba na ede ama da chinchirima wo mu yedie enti na wo to aba no enya se betafa kakra ede ama enti na hwe ho de ato aba enti no wa hwe ni yie papa na de bia pia chese me nwanwa yes and a special voting day. Na sa special voting day me de ho asem kakra ebeba. Thank courtesy of me ankasa me of Adaka brefrem po man so zio mama mudu of abia obi awie metia o. Me de ho asem ketu ebeba betudwa. Na special voting no asoja for police for central for a doctor for a nurse for binom ena chese ya kaka ho abomu an ya apply ewo yisi ho se pese to special voting na ya to aba na wi afede yenkohwe a ebinum to ye no wo matwa ne photo e de ababon a edi ahim edi adencheche ewo social media eso wato aba na wi na watwa nsankyire ne mmua enyi wani hu watwa ne photo na de ese enya den no bia won say woto ma asumase an obenten na ye den hey Ghana ehwehwe mu ye anyway we are streaming live on Facebook and need 100.9 FM live and I will call YouTube so Despite Media production creator crowd headed by Joe Odame Ado Magjereo Sajuma boy na fefrema bankro no atwa atum live on Facebook and on social media handles na eso e was ya medinya wo de gemezi ade ofra me ametie ofra me a me de geso eye MAAME BIAMAH AKWAFO obetimi so afra me biamzi 1 obetimi afra me BIAMAH brofo de obetimi afra me biamze obetimi afra MAAME soja obetimi afra me woman gada ni nyina ofra me amebu food da me jeso kama kono so akwa fa bi kame ho I careless edi abusu ya me na matira adwemu ajasa me sudwumadie ya kosise no nan ebebo na no nan bebe pepe na me pagya me mu a me nua be ma Ola Michael no so ba betena se no agi entata ede akofie enti abusuya ena wiei me fa kwanya so na mamoa ha emoa kwaba ede aba me man tidwumadie eso ena de ya hye dansi nkonwa esanse na ye special voting day ntino ye nsi nkonwa kana wusu ye mfa mma enti ena de ye jagum ba bia eto phone eben wode a ene ma wonsa no nya hye esanse bre no so a ye be bia homa na tom na matimi afre we atemdidie nim udi atem mekatew udi obi atem kasantwi ne sa ne manema no woka bibia na yatem didie ye kasantwi wokoto obi ho pe ene sa ne manema no metew afiri ho no mokra enti mo ma ye kasa emre nyam na ye mfa enchene entum na ye kasa na enye de sasiche ne wo aye de afra man obetimi atafre debroso na na wose ye ma ye kasa eye eti abusuya abra maji adwan na chese enche kra ye behwe na ya bobo voices ni bi e de afam na fenso no ye beto na mo ne ya kompeso ahodo no besuya sentwe for ho no mo ne ya ekoso ho no special voting ekoso no eno so mo de ho amane aba na medane me ho keto medane me ho ba pepepa special voting ye ba ye
7 anapay na me ba ye nso fonema o ma hihye niema yie papa me bo isi abaso o mo o sha line say wo hey say ye observing the social distance niema e wo say ye use so na adhere to the safety protocols na e wo ha na ɛhɔ no yɛ register 582 me free horses here abɛn mu na 350 ato aba ɛwɔ mu ɛno kyerɛ the turnout a yɛbɛnya ɛnɛ ɛkɔyie.
You see, free SHS has come to stay. NDC is coming to make it better. Indeed, we actually started free SHS in 2015 with day students, and then in 2016 we added 147,000 boarding students. And so they came and continued the free SHS that I launched. But their implementation has been poor, and that is why we ended up in the double track. I started building those community day secondary schools, of which one is here in Garu, so that we could create enough access for all the children to be able to go to school. When they came, they stopped all those schools. Many of the schools have come to a standstill. But if they had continued, we would have created enough room for all children to be able to get secondary school places. Each of those community day schools can take up to 1,000 students. And so we're building 200 of them. So if we finish 200 of those schools, imagine 1,000 times 200. That would have been 200,000 new vacancies in senior high school. We would not have ended up with a double track. And so when we come, we're going to put those schools, the community day schools, on a fast track. And then your school here, we're going to build a girls' dormitory and a boys' dormitory so that those who don't come from the community can get a place to stay. We will make it into a boarding school so that those who don't come from the community can have a place to stay and be able to learn. And so we'll finish those schools very quickly. And I've made a promise to the people of Ghana that when I become president, 7th January 2021, I give you 1 year. I will cancel the double track. I'll remove the double track from there.
Man Penny Dada, Yera Mahama, on the Namomemo Noka. Yoba obeye or the atroso fam or say SHS no or no and or Dre who the bar first. Hey, and all the class SHS and Yasa Baba Magana and you know now I am Dada made that Ghana for. Now, bet me about crab. I did 20 years time, and then I said, if you know, over 2 billion CDs are over and fence your school fees, and then what's on how to buy? Or say Ghana for any kaye, and 10 year you refia there, and then I'm gonna holding all the okay. Now, money mother comes your casa. The campaign attention. Campaign attention. The campaign has landed in confusion, misrepresentations, and outright fabrication. That is the campaign of John Dramani Mahama today in Ghana. You cannot go to the presidency of Ghana with lies and fabrications. The Ghanaian people will not allow that to happen.
They say they started free SHS. Euradi Nyankopo. Are they confused?
Education, no. I walk no. I said, the idea didn't take you for the buy.
Me say, former president on the by me say, sir, na near way.
Mo na free education no. Ah, wo kano. I said the enemy to AKWAFO na dey buy.
The best station in the capital, Neat FM.
John Dumelo Hanti and beside John. So far, we're buying no much.
Well, so far so good. My bar since 5:30 and opa. Now my bump I say they were I know trying to be quiet to the end of the day.
Okay. Now so far, we have processes now running faster. When you want to say BOB complaining, say the dean man and baby.
I mean, there've been 1 or 2 instances where obviously in the dean, but I'm sure it's at the other maybe trade fair and baby for they are supposed to be at and then no problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So by BBI.
Oh, BBI cool.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
That's good. I wish you all the best.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Anyway.
4/7 anɔpɛ na me ba yɛn so nema ɔma hyehyɛ nneɛma yie papaapa me bɔ isi abaso wɔn ohwɛ a line sɛ wɔ ha yi sɛ yɛn observing the social distance nneɛma a ɛwɔ sɛ yɛ use so na adhere to the safety protocols na ɛwɔ ha na ɛhɔ no yɛ register 582 me free horses here abɛn na 350 ato aba ɛwɔ mu ɛne kyerɛ the turnout a yɛbɛnya ɛnɛ ɛkɔyie.
I don't know whose idea it was of having 2 tracks to have kids in school for 6 months and out of school for 6 months. It's a very clever idea. And let me explain why I think it's a clever idea. Before this shift, kids were in school for 7 months and out of school for 5 months. So 5 months, infrastructure was sitting idle every year. 5 months. What they've done is the 7 months of work that has been now squeezed into 6 months has also been done with more contact hours per day. So that even though the kids are in school for only 6 months out of the year instead of 7 months out of the year, they actually have more contact hours today than they did before. Now, let me add that, by the way, I don't think that this has been communicated well enough to the citizens of Ghana. People don't understand why this had to happen, and they don't understand that there's work happening in terms of contact hours so that kids will get the education that they need. The reason I think it's a clever idea is because it sweats our assets. We don't have a lot of money. We don't. And yet we have this challenge of educating everyone in an environment where population growth guarantees, unless we change the rate, that the population will double in 30 years. How else are we going to catch up? I mean, it would take 20 years to build enough schools for the current population, let alone what is coming. And so this idea has the potential not only of helping Ghana really solve the problem of access, but if we do it right, it could become a model for the rest of the continent.
Yes, Remo, my Ghana manufo. Yes, Remo. Yadi dwa me ready sabatu ebe ruswe. Yes, Remo. Kempa ye mumi enfantwetwe ntokwa. Yes, Remo. Ye asundie. Tedi akwa mi obosko basase. David akutem, Joshua akutem. Isaiah Sono, Jeremiah to true Benturano, Yadini dis Ramo Pamotel say, Abatwa ye betray Yashunge, Yempen Topabia, Annuncia Manofre, MPP and DC4, CPPPP4, PNC, Mami Akia Donkwe, and Yamanafani Yadina Me Pamotel, and Kotna Radio Su TV Su, social media and Kodi Obiatem. Wedi achele wagini okromoti enkasa etinye bianim adwa gospel agenda ministry DS mi katre maso se menka nchira mansan gender ministry ai ahoboa obi abetumra no ya do be fam na kwanso efri se mama ya pasubio gender ambassador oyima baby yeah yes somewhere
sanka ye nyina ya de yakoma di sa anwum ya die na nka ya fam die bia de aboa ma bato yakoso asomdwe mu anka hwan na ne nyie ka hwan na ne koma ntone yam ka hwan na sabio ne yam bekyehye no obi anya na fam die yesra mo mabunu no emamu wa ne mrante kwa no ohwe no mankwa ankoje tefa ankodi sabinse hunu bia o ama o menya ankwa ankobo esanse Ghana baby aye shei o manyi bo a ehe ne ebedwane yakọ wan ho ne ebekọ bisa wo ho saa ye kotogofo ho ana Burkina fo ho ne yekọ ana Mali ne yekọ ehe fa ene edi eti befa eti wutu ana mo bisa ye bo pa se koye bibi ate saa no a na wadwene ho mienu wadwene ho akwachiri ye pa ansana ubeye bibi a waye eye me nua me 100.9 FM no aso egu a wutie no me manti eso enie aseda kase enko emma kunu Ghana Limited for mother Roma na wie won bo echi doma ye de dwumadie no ye de abrawo kunu for wo de nro tatahwe ene wo de aba mema de wom ma de wom obia e de ewo mu enti kona kwaje de ohwe wo be hu wo ewo Isilegona Champon Junction na mefa kwanya iso na Maxe mia kasa me papa ye nyenchen kra Reverend Eugene apia redu ono ene ye osofo panyin Oda Presbyterian Church of Ghana Emmanuel Subdistrict ano Fise Subdistrict ewo Fise Amasaman ai papa ene ya wawoda onyame emfiri ni nhira mu nhira ensha opi na oma ne ngosra no enye kese ewo wo so ye ma wawoda pa ene obibia ene odi na woda bia ye ma munyina awoda pa sono kokra ebusuafo na make special voting kra na ba ne se ene ba yem ewo afiap mahankro aduokunusia around 1996 bra yera ye Dr. Kwadwo Afrajan ye de ne esi akonwa so se ono ma ye Electoral Commission of Ghana ene wo sha ase de niam bi egugu akom sa Ghana ha say da ye to aba ne ye woni pa kwakwakwa bi hono mu a wo mu di dwuma sonson ko bi kura pa eti safo na wo se etimi edwene wo mo ho eti we no obo na pon no chekere no de to nchen ba bi etwen ye eti in the year 2000 bra ye to aba ma NPP amayoko no edi nkunim ya sa bra no na mampanyi dada Jerry John Rollins awonya ne ba bi kwei won na net yakonwa so a ye to aba 2000 enti womo NDC edi ntweno no mo dane etumi mu ede ma NPP ema mampanyi dada John ejekum kofo ono ene beje o meya benwa etena so enumu enna ensakra hodo bebre no abebe baya ede no nti enam so ema yera Dr. Kwadwo Afrajan wo modin edigu nkrata so ekoto mpanyi anim se a wo se etimi ma ya bato no se ka mem ka bia memu no ye de hu ewura mu de wo se de hu ye hu wura mu ye na wo bia chefan wo mu no otimi eya na sa ne nsa etimi eka enti ene ye behwe na sa nipa kwakuo bia edru abato edan kasa wo mu ye so busy e be dia mom se wo be kokodi santimu akwakoto aba edi sa for de ehya dan mo aba wo mo ano ne yema wo kwan na ansana abato ebedura na aka na wotwe ame ato aba na wo mo no ya mo di kan ato wo mo de se ne ebe ya eda ye beto aba no wo mo adwene mo beda ho fan no matumi edi abato no achi na se bambo mu a wo mayire mu kete ne bibia akoso kama enti ho ena sa special voting ne kofa bai eno no enti sa special voting e ka ho asemi no eni akuo bi te se ensantwerefo nti mimi se ne makwa akotoma bakama affair prosifo ka ho asrafo ka ho immigration for fire service a doctor fo binum e ka ho a nurse fo bi so e ka ho enne nyumakwa hodo a mentimi menkai wo mu nyina edini wo mu nyina ekeka ho bi achese abato da 7th December wo be busy ama se ye kase wo mu konkoto santen koto aba ebe ha dwene ebe twintwa wo mo adwumadie mu etino wo mo sa na ye organize sa special voting e de ema wo na afi 2020 special voting year ye no Electoral Commission ene enwumakwa hodo dumienu 12 institutions enna wo mo be register ye 12 institutions en wo mba be register ye na kasa ne nyamu Dr. Kwadwo Afrajan edi sa special voting sheyi eba ye no wo ma kwan ya na so obi ekwan to ho se we enye by force yes ade ya ba be kekere ne de akwa akosoa na emmumu no se wo feel se mo ekuo no na se my phone no mo feel se elections day no adwuma mo yes ada no ebro mo so ano oden Ghana hia mo sa ada no enti munya daje enko nkotomo aba enkyere se mo soso mo ye man mapa eti wo no bra na be apply one apply a yemfa di nka ho ade ba ko eda ho no se one apply a yemfa wodi enka special voters no eho eti afidie no 12 institutions and electoral commission ene wo mo eye adwuma eti enei enipa over 109,000 ena wo mo ekwakoto aba enti at the end of the voting today at 5 p.m. no I was say it making Kenya enipa over 109,000 and electoral commission ehwe ni mu say wo betimi ato aba enti empanyimfo no ebia ye bi papa na amemo no eye ntoaso we ye kakra ochechere to ha na obi abechichire bi aka ho na obi so aba betoaso na obi so abeto na saa na ye de koye nem saa na ye ne saa netumi aboa ne ade achechire o my Ghana edrum pempensu ayi na ehwehwe ese o mayi ebedru dan komodei mi ankasa me wo fani mpon adaka brefrem pon manso ozuo mama mudu ai kan ketsi ono edaroma ena yetimi ede ebremo edi sabre de ye beko na ye nsentwefo ahodo ya to wo mu agum no wo mo so yetimi afrebi na aprobo no se ne akwakodro no wo mo timi aboye mu amane na yesu yehunu baabi a ye befa edru yeguso atumofo ese enkoje tefa kakra bi na nkoka omeyi emutu na omeyi ebo a wonsoso utimbi woni baabi a obedwane yakọ bibisi a wonsoso kakra ebefa ho I was here for and some kakra one more edia balomote Richard Kojo was wow nice Noah the Ark Builder and was my sweet mother Mami Soja Mr. Wa Boamena Memfa and Chaka Sepa and Koma Obia and Ne Okokoto Naba Namijidi yese mo amoto abano moto abapa moto aba diembe bema dachin chirima womo so womo ensaka yedie onyankopon onhyira oman kronkron Ghana nonko so amenye kese na ye ho enye den enchen ya tamfo Darlington TK Moses and was say one day what the form and was say I love enter comfortable lead syndrome boy. In fact NDC you are even confusing your addicted supporters who floating voters will see you as jokers. You see your own NDC addicted supporters are even feeling ashamed to comment. NDC wake up oh ayo I feel so sorry for NDC. This free for the next academic year students means most of the students will drop out from school when they get to their second year in school because they will have to pay full fees till they complete school. The NDC is not I'm sure the MPP Ghana tertiary education policies for students is confusing them. Like I said, citizens should think about long-term good policies and forget about party love. Alexander Kwame and also say enchaka siepa na ode HLC. Good afternoon. I was here for me 90 and I was so egua uti aha a neat 100.9 FM.
Yes, Remo, my Ghana manufo. Yes, Remo.
Ebusia for ye kwa ahomaso etew na ye ne yenuaba Rahel Asamoah ahwehwenko Rahel mahai.
Me just so mama BIAMAH.
They say wo he.
They say me Ablekuma Central.
Okay, bayan komo.
Na yo before me ba Ablekuma Central no. Me di meni etrem wo Ablekuma West. Na Ablekuma West no baby a special voting airport so Dansuma police station. Oho and a special voting airport so. Na oho no di medeni say exactly 7 o'clock. And at the medeni extra say. Na mini presiding officer wo ho ekasa your friend is Theophilus Alexis Oyote. Mini di command on shame say. Omo expected say for 315 and about be voti that's not police station or I Ablekuma West no. Now after the time I mini di in common that's around 10 a.m. na me meeting common na for 180 ɛna na aba beto aba asa the time me di nkomo na honu do a queue bi an sheda enni ho sa nkofo no beto no bako we ba no abeto we ba no aba beto na COVID-19 protocols no so na omo di so if you say u ba na won share mask na ye ma unwe mu na unwe mu so a na before aba beto aba na ma wa ronsa this is na any issue in every room that we are do sanitizer or do sanitizer and then I'll be easy officials no ho to waba no ko na checking out ni wo mu dia na just obetini aso waba presidential and parliamentary ni na ndie woko nti saa na eko ho security so na kama pa na police for mobile that na police station na yen nti na police force wo kwa omo mbo ban kama nti na bibia so kama na according to presiding officer no 1 or 2 people pay na na omontimi ehu omudin anto omaba because oma applying here no omontimi anto omaba but I tell me ko ni na pinche bia emba ho bibia ekoso kama obi atunaba kama na MP owo ho na be parliamentary candidate ma MP for ye era esla also etifu na owo ho na NDC parliamentary candidate Reverend Kweku Ado no so ewo ho na PNC candidate Daniel Osikan Noi ewo ho omina me no mu di nkomo e mo chemu se process no omani eje ho bibia ekoso kama na PNC dan ni candidate no Daniel Osikan Noi na oma complain kakra say as a media no oma focus so much on NDC any MPP and PC no na say omo yomani ama other parties no nti no muhwe no mpa omani so enhwe other parties na PNC so mutune mu pa omo ye adwuma nti ne say parties media no e focus on omosom Bibia koso kama ewa Ablekuma when me free one na midi me etre Ablekuma Central Ablekuma Central so udu ho no ma bibia abato no ekoso Otoko Divisional Police Station ho na abato no ekoso na so many presiding officer ho ekasai mo tremu se friend Joseph Mensa Sam o tremu se nkofa ye hwe omunim to mabeto aba 632 na after the time ni di nkomo no around 10:30 11 na nkofu 270 na beto omaba so bibia so ekoso kama protocols no mu di so police force wo ha omobo ban bibia ekoso kama ho no so tremu se nkofu 1 or 2 bi pe no mobile no omo ehu omudin nanso so omo no enye district ho na eso mutum to a different district nti omo domini achemo ha omo kwa kwehwe no mato omo aba nti bia akoso kama ho so mini MPP parliamentary candidate nanso see MP wo ho Ebenezer Nasi ekasa e mo msuche se ono so process na akoso kama mano because last 4 years no na pinche kakra by media phone security phone bi mo ehu omudin ewo nti pinche baba this year there since anapa obaye aso now bibia ekoso kama emano nti odi abasubo ema isifo se omaye adwuma ma bibia ekoso kama nti man biama constance me no amidi meni chere de bibia ekoso kama wo so ebo apro no nti ebesi bia bema itefo aso ase
mo ene adwuma yensenche ne Rahel Asamoah na otesie ne no etwe enkomo no na ono so Ablekuma Central Ablekuma West na okona pro no ewo ho afe yesaboshi na yako weja gbawe empesua no so yenua ba Deborah Ejiamponsan ho na ode nene etwe Dabi mahan
Mama bia mama joso
empom te sen boko sese ugina he am kasa
yo anope mi boshi echo weja gbawe constituency na electoral commission wo office for no the assembly wo mu premises ho pepe na me go do 927 na me go do na nipa 97 na wo mu eto aba out of 305 was the one beto aba na me ne wo ekasa no uko weja gbawe she say no e da ho boko police for no wo mu di omo ho ni pepe na se bani COVID protocols no omo this is a ban say dia race kra ye wo di ogina nsuo ne ho bepom to wa ma wa ho won na say u bypass national constitution presiding officer na enima ɔbɛsan ka sɛ ɔsɛ wɔn fufuo wɔn nsa yɛ asan san na ka fufuo wɔn nsa bio nti mɛtumi aka sɛ wɔde agbawo constituency ɛhɔ abatoɔ no ɛyɛ very calm ɛfɛ ne fi hɔ na meba ɔkankwe south medu hɔ 10:30 a.m. ɛhɔ presiding officer ɔwɔ hɔ ɛyɛ Joseph Corti ɔkankwe south office no ɛhɔ no centers mmienu ɛna ɛwɔ hɔ yɛwɔ center A ɛna center B center A no na yɛhyɛ kwan sɛ nipa 539 ɛna ɛwɔ sɛ wɔn to aba but after the time a mekɔdu hɔ na nipa 208 ɛna ɛto aba ɛwɔ center A ɛna mesan kɔɔ center B no nipa 538 ɛna ɛwɔ sɛ wɔn ɛto aba wɔ hɔ na ɛmu 210 ɛna wɔn atumi ato wɔn aba na many SPD parliamentary candidates wɔ hɔ daako a ne ma many atiti nkɔmɔ na mebisa ne sɛ dwumadie no ɛkɔsɛn ana ɛna ɔkyerɛ mu sɛ ɔno ankasa du hɔ bɛyɛ 6:30 anɔpa nti obetumi aka sɛ biribiara ɛda hɔ bɔkɔɔ NDC parliamentary candidate nso a ɔno nso gyina ɛwɔ ɔkankwe south ɛyɛ ni kotɛɛ nikwe ɔno nso mene ne atiti nkɔmɔ ɛma ne kan sɛ biribiara ɛda hɔ bɔkɔɔ na mmom na problem kakra na ɛbaayɛ nipa mmienu bi bɛso aba ɛba presidential no na parliamentary no yɛn ɔmo ntumi akɔgye wɔn ballot paper for the parliamentary na ɛfisɛ na officers na ɛwɔ hɔ no wɔn afa parliamentary na amu wɔn nti no wɔn ɛkɔɔyɛ a wɔn ato amba ama parliamentary but wɔn compete the presiding officer na ɛyɛ Joseph Corsi wɔn compete na nti no sɛ no wɔn akɔrɛ tita mistake no na mi wɔ hɔ nom na electoral commission wɔn public affairs director ɔyɛ head Sylvia Ano ɛso ba hɔ no ɛbɛto n'aba ɔbaa no bɛto n'aba kama hwehwɛhwɛ protocols no na bibia ɛkɔ so wɔ hɔ na hɔ na mebisa no sɛ securityfoɔ na ɛbɛ me baeɛ na wɔn mu din anim ɛna ɔbɛto wɔ hɔ nom a na yɛatransfer no to a different region wɔte ɔkɔbɔ ban on the 7th of December nti obisa no ɔbɛyɛ dɛn ato aba ɛnyɛ saa na yɛbɛyɛ no kind of December 5,000 ɔntumi ɛnto aba no bia hɔ na ɔkyerɛ mu a sɛ ɛba no saa wo a wɔntumi anto aba no ɛyɛ nnɛ special vote no sɛ wowɔ ho kwan sɛ on the election day 7 December no wɔ ho kwan sɛ wotumi ɛto aba no saa nso na nsɛmtwerɛfoɔ nso a wɔn mu adi ani krataa no ma wɔn ntumi akɔyɛ exhibition na ɛho sɛ wɔn din wɔ mu no saa nso na wɔn nso no wɔn ama sɛ priority preference wei no priority list no a on the election day no ɔbɛtumi akɔ hɔ akɔto wɔn aba ntɛm na wɔn akɔ wɔn reporting sentence no nneɛma police station so ɛhɔ nso bibi adɔ hɔ bɔkɔɔ ɛwɔ hɔ no nti ma me deɛ ma ɔbisa mi akɔtɔ bia ɛwɔ mu ndu
meda CP Deborah Eje Amponsama ne ɛbɔ ɛna wote yɛ no Munkaila Jonas said the way free carry and was very soon discerning Ghanaians will go to the polls to express their gratitude to President Akufo-Addo for giving them policies that bridge the gap between the rich and the poor, and that's free SHS. So the elections is all about Aseda, but not a certain. Oh, ayo, yeah, that's your single vote can sustain these policies. 4 more for Nana and Madina Boniface. Now, yes, I kwa so yensen training or hene amponsa. Kakabo. Hello, Kakabo. Oh. Hackman.
Hello.
Hello, Hackman.
Hello, my dear.
Ma hi. Yo, na se se here na wo de akopie.
And see the me office of about from persuasion.
Okay. Boy enkomo ho.
Hello.
Hello, Hackman. Dey na ekoso offense so anopa no hya se wo here na akopie mo offense so.
And see I know the office of about from persuasion. E ho na no fa no ye bo afro no e kokotru ye. Police station say police station na o tani na bo mane ba ko e ho na special vote you know airport stabia me no ka say na ye ba me to ho anopa no e be stabia me no ka say here abato no akoto so bibia ni wa ati na ye ba ye no ye Mr. Eric Jampi Boatin on the electoral officer e wo official of abato persuasion ye na de ko plan of no be say nipa makoma 446 and the Obabeso about special vote in more national. Now, I can't come on and you could do a better than what you bring. Nanipa Makuma 15 and not a panel. The Sabra look at here. Yamia don't have any Pamako 250 and that's me at Tuabana. That we do not have to the land swap on Pesom Talk Maba. Now, I start a year protocol, a year COVID-19 protocol. electoral commission yɛ bɔ ɔmo aba so ba yi sɛ ɔmo ayɛ adeɛ obi bi odi line bi ahyɛ ne lospa sɛ wɔahyɛ a nya deɛ sɛ ɔbɛma wo wato aba no afei nso no local market bi nso esi hɔ a wɔbɛhohoro nsa na wama wo kwan ama abɛso ɛyɛ presidential ne parliamentary no ɛna security aspect no nso no efiri anɔpa de nyinaa no polisi ni a polisi fɛ no ɔmo ha no yɛ mmienu ɔbɛtumi abɔ ban ama bebree pɛpɛɛpɛ yɛ atumi aba a dede bia ma ne ho ne so wɔ ha afei nso yɛnti wɔ ka bia ɛwɔ ɛyɛ ɔfiisi na ɔmo abatoɔ ɛmpɛ so asi wɔ ha na ɛsa bi mu a ɛhu police agents ahodoɔ a ɔmo wɔ ha sisi ayɛ no ehunu sɛ NPP4 police agents ɛwɔ ha baako wɔ ɛyɛ presidential baako so gyina mu ma parliamentary ɛna NDC4 nso the same thing ɛna ɛwɔ independent candidates mmienu wɔ ha ɔmo nso de ɔmo agent aba ne mmom apandoko ahodoɔ no a ɛka abatoɔ parliamentary no ho no a presidential no ho wɔ ha ne deɛ yɛaka no nyinaa no bibi te sɛ boom ɛne deɛ ɛkeka ho no deɛ yɛhu obiara agent ɛwɔ ha nti ɔmo a modi ase paa kote wɔ agent system no deɛ yɛ MPP NDC ɛne independent candidates mmienu a ɔwɔ ha na mmerɛ a ɛbaeɛ ne ɛde mpanyinfoɔ didi nkɔmmɔ no yɛade bɛtwa ɔpanyin baako a yɛfrɛ no ɛyɛ Dr. Asamoah ɛyɛ CEO ma ɛyɛ vocational training and technical yɛbisa na bi sɛ ansa yɛbɛto social voting wɔ Kristo Nɔfa no yɛte biabɔ nsɛm bi ɛwɔ ha nti na kame ayɛ sɛ amanfoɔ nyinaa sɛ ɛha yɛ hotspot ba ɔpanyin bie na no ka kyerɛ yɛn sɛ ɛnyɛ adeɛ sɛ nokuro biara mu ɛfiri sɛ obi a wɔakyi bia bɛtumi abɛto aba ɛfiri sɛ ɛnya mbisa sɛ ha yɛ hotspot wura NDC MPP4 yɛ a wɔ ha nyinaa mpanyinfoɔ dodoɔ no nyinaa ɛwɔ ha nti kyerɛ sɛ hotspot no ɛni nkotam ante obi a wɔakyiri bɛkyiri biara Division 7 ɔbra mɛto n'aba ɛwɔ abotire mu oni aba sɛ deɛ pɛpɛpɛ yɛ wɔ ha yɛti mu a yɛde bisi adwumrɛ
okay yakma na sana wobɛkɔ no wokoduru baabi a obi bɛhwɛ ne din na ne din nim ma na bibi ate saa
efi saa no fa ne bɛti saa bere deɛ obi biara ɛwunya saa deɛ ne bɛbia biara na adeɛ ba fa saa kɔ electoral commission na ba so ne sɛ ɔmo machines na ɔmo de check sɛ verification machine no ɔdɔ so wogyina mu a ɛfɛ sɛ tima bɛɛ sɛ mmienu deɛ na wɔso wɔ akɔto presidential application yɛ fast ya yɛnya problem biara ɛwɔ hɔ electoral commission machines ɛne ɔmo materials ɔmo de yɛ adwuma ne deɛ ɛsɛ wɔde ne nsa ɔka kyerɛ
meda sepa mo ene adwuma yenua Hackman na free ye ena wote ne nka no menua 100.9 FM ena waso egu a wotie aha eye memanti eso ene
yes mo yedi dwa to me ready sabato ebe kruswe yes mo kampa ye mu mi enfan twetwe ntokwa yes mo yenya sundie
Ebusiafo yesa kwa homa so na yenua Fifi Davis owo Aguna West eho ena ono obo empempre no ewo na waba homa so ede ne ekoso atu yenem fi mahan yo na usori anopa say don't no mienu abo etu usori anopa efibe se baby anonsia ne fa ma no so boy ya ofa mu ano hin wako ena say hin fa potin wa bedru
yo ataba me da papa me sorry ne de ade anapa na me de me ho common tene so a eba Aguna West one place me try paako pe ena woto abano ewo eye Aguna Stredo MTTD police station eho na eye police center eba Aguna West na tede woto abano na abra medi kan call ho beye around 8:30 no ena nkofo a woto aba waye 63 na security agencies fire service police immigration and other security agencies no dia na ade ni nyina na ade a police for and na what for abana pa efe me bo na mon ekọ Gomua Central no so ade a what for abano ewo electoral commission office wo Gomua Bisabe na eho na no so ekọ tata ma me kọ ho no na ya ade ankofo a watu aba wo 80 na so eba Aguna West ehun a wo pede all that what to about police MTTD police station 242 and if 242 no a 3 me bedu hono na ya de ankofo what to about 96 make us not that we could what to about no the masuna echo Gomua Central EC office Gomua Bisabe na what to about and so since here make us ankofo what to about 133 what to about in United 208 we good what to about to nankasa de boko na enye me nwanwa da about to ne boko because no one wants to abide in a staff, don't do a police for it's a bad and alcohol, Nakada, Kayanya Media, on Seno Bata, and a police station, Senaso Media, one Epa Aguna West Ham. I had a police headquarters, divisional police headquarters, a ho and a what to Abano. And see, by a dine, a party near a court, Nakayanya Media on Sewo. You could do home, I had a party punina, Wajan, Meko Aguna West, I had a NTP in 24, a bit to say, Chris, and NDC, organizers, Nadini Nano, Obia Ginawa, Wabrano Mase, Boko, not police for, and other security agencies for now what to Abba. About 20 days before, Namin Yimda, a day before, so the police headquarters, what about Kukayawano, they are not there, and at some other tone, and yet it's the BIA before, make us a batono, Ericodo, our Kuma Center, and I Aguna West constituency.
Mo ene adwuma yeda sipi yen sentreni Fifi Davis na ote nenkano na Baptist study Jane Baptist study way free Tema Newtown. Good afternoon, Mami Soja. Looking at the financial crisis COVID-19 has brought to parents, the great NDC party has thought it wise to make tertiary education free. Let us all vote for the NDC to win these elections. Other than that, 2021 will be a hell for most parents. As for private school teachers, our votes are for the NDC. And also the ababitwem no. Yes, akwa homa subiem. Minu abema ohene amponsa kakabo ewo ahoma no so. Kakabo.
Hello, Minya.
Mahai.
Yeah, Minya.
Na obi a wo report from Tema. Eba ne se kopie suhum.
Mami BIAMAH se wonu se aya kwan ho nanso no. Esa ne se ye be special vote ni ade ne ntino. Na wase intempa so yetumirika na yekoto. Na fe yesan banka na ebeto adwumadi no so.
Okay, nze se wugina he.
Sisi ame no kasa pa de me wabe do asama constituency ame fit man na me da do asama constituency.
Okay. Na no pan me gidi se wo hyase wo suhum kakra na.
Me hyase wo suhum kakra.
Okay. Ene e fa free suhum ene ye mewie wa shaman.
Yo, mama BIAMAH me da se on wonim se wo hwe special voting here na electoral commission no no. So we cost no na patutu abra you do one mo. Abato ni nyina ekosi ewo community center no ebe amponsa edwa no so me amponsa market o na nipa wasa woto aba no arasani eduonu na meche 324 na enemo no na gese edu wonum na no pa no security services for no anase personnel no na womo aba na owura ni din ede Emmanuel Victor Esiama ono enoye presiding officer na ehwe abato no eso ewo honum me ankasa mi kodu honum beye medunum aboapa honum so na no oboma no ba se abato no woni siesie obi bia ma abato no nso bepe na wo efiase nanso efiri mu a eba bedu eye no du ebremu a ekọ ne du baako ehobremu a ye fi ehonam no na wo hwe nipa no ababeto aba no eye 147 na ansa kra na obewura eye suhun community center honum na ye de abesi ho ye de stand ho protocol no na omudi so ebe horo won study ama kama we are no BIAMAH tissue now the arepa na face sanitizer ya ma obi na show temperature class na be room na de ba kwa na ye mesefa ne se obi antimi ndina ho kokosa akwa wudu wodum no modern sinsan asinsan fem enu nti no wugina ha wonu nso gina ha wo bekọ abra wonu no afi ns.
Hello.
Kama. Ye ne party ahodo mienu potinya na wugina mu ehonum no. Ye ne owura Jones service no no ye suhum MPP amanyoko no dwam nini na afenso NDC organizer onu sefe na abdo no ye ne mu nyina asasa mo kire se mu di agro crutches se ne anema kon ya de akomani agye ho a bibia akoso to tenya ate se o hwe suhum no mu a candidate no mienu oboafo kwadwo asante oginamu mete parliamentary no oginamu adema MPP na yenua ba Amanda Ochikwetia enso ejinamu edema NDC amanyoko no enti special voting the asomdwe so atese bibia na yedu hon ma de ba ko me hwe obia obedu won bia no otimi verify friend say eko ya tese digitally wa ko manual we obia national speed so ya kama tese na bibia so ekoso kama
Yeda simo ene adwuma yensentweni ohena mponsa kakabo ena ote nenkano mistake edwe free woman do Say good afternoon mami soldier my sister Nanado the mother serpent of corruption has recklessly borrowed over 160 billion but has nothing to show for. So let's join the rescue mission, bring back John and Jane to rescue Ghanaians by implementing the People's Manifesto. Say no to culture of impunity and hooliganism. We hope and pray for a peaceful election and a successful handing over ceremony in 2021. Vote Salom as the next MP for and Sawam Adwejre Mystic Ena Ediwe Ebaye. Fellow Ghanaians, beware of John Mahama's second coming. He wants to come and create loot and share among his apparatchiks again, and also give the Atiwa bauxite forest back to his brother, so that his NDC people owning businesses will not pay mandatory tier 2 to their workers. Vote for number 1, Nana and Hawa Kumsin, to protect our children's future. May Almighty Allah have mercy on us. Shaibu and Odiwe Africa Soa Ebre. Bianca, good afternoon. In fact, we can call Nana, Baumia and Napo the pillars of NPP Foundation to rule Ghana for better future with the SHS students, because they are going to make NPP stay in power for their children's future. Mr. Mahama, you said 2 billion is too much for our children's education. How much do you receive from government and the taxpayers every month and year? Nana Boaji Belena and Odiwe Ifri Ebaye. Don't vote for JM. He said he's not a magician to provide jobs for graduates unemployment. Vote for number 1 to do more. NDC comes only to steal and destroy. Nana came for good job and prosperity. Greetings to Honorable Sarah Ajwa Safo. Ko mensa edway Ifri Pillar 2 and wade ebaye. Senior victory is coming again as majority of Ghanaians have decided to vote massively for President Nana to continue his good works. Say no to Egypt again. Abele edway Ifri Nungwa ena ode ebaye. Na Ninyina policy is very, very laudable for my party NDC, and I urge all fresh voters who have completed senior high school to take advantage of it and vote massively come December 7 for NDC. Ninyina bo eben edway Ifri Kwabenya ena odebaye. Inshraba Anelka Asherman and was a good afternoon, ma'am. Few days to election 2020, I'm appealing and begging the good people of Ghana to vote massively for His Excellency Nana AKWAFO and the MPP to continue with the unprecedented development project. The battle is still the laws. This election is called Thanksgiving. Greetings to my next MP for Ashaman constituency, Honorable Alhaji Labran Yakubu Bari, and my godmother Kozi Manu, Ishraba Anelka, and Odiwe Ebaye. Mame, Ghanaians are voting today and Monday, 7th December. Before we cast our vote, we should remind ourselves that President Kufuor discovered oil, but without a single revenue from the oil. He was able to introduce national health insurance, free maternal care, F-Cube, Metro Mass, youth employment, LEAP, paid nurses and teachers allowances. Name them. Mr. Foreign Revenue could not introduce a single social intervention policy. Dumso Unemployed Graduates Association, cancellation of nurses and teachers allowances, taxation upon taxation. Common cholera killed almost 250 people in Accra. Akosombo and Odiwe by Akosombo. Eya no summarize no in why near can in temna yetimi akan afo front so edie esio ediwe efri kwawu ente so ena ode ebaye. Na putupru ensembia efri tema East constituency ababeka yensa yeko ahomaso wahene. Hello wahene.
Hello Miniaba.
Aha dia na ekoso tema East.
Miniaba yo ni ekoso tema East nyina enese NDC parliamentary candidate Onokoria na kaneno ono ye tema Kropon Krati Penny and the Abe Honorable Asai Odampe. And rather they do back on Abwa Pound, they Diana, Enum, Econabiana, Entiamu, and Ayam, yes, Penches and Taylor, SCL, ASMA, East Bonum. Now, Mr. Okoya, do Jinamo, say, and Papa, a man, say, MP. Na nyatinese ndra no nyane ntiyese police for ekotebiri no mi nyina ne se court nsɛm bi a na court no ma ne bill na ma ne surety sɛ ɔmfa nipa maako wɔtwe 8 na ɔmfa bɛgyina mu na yɛma ne bill of a scene of 10 million Ghana cedis na no ɛna wɔntumi amiti ne state commission no ɛna kyɛ sɛ ɛsan kɔtebiri no na ɛno na ɛkɔtebiri no ɛna ɛmɛmu no sɛ ɛhe ɛne ha na mɛmu do no a meter sɛ yesusu sɛ yesusu dia bio yesusu sɛ ɔmo yɛ NDC ɛfoɔ ɔmo sɛ ɛnya ade a ɔmo bɛtene ɛndeɛ ɛjapadeɛ ɛho kan yɛ ɛjapadeɛ dodoɔ no a na kyɛ sɛ ɔmo ɛsɛ no MPP office so ɔmo kɔto ɛhyɛ so a ne nyinaa nso ɛde basabasayɛ ɛbaayɛ ɛna afei so ɔba mu a na abɛdu ɛyɛ sɛbi ɛgyanan bia bi wɔ hɔnom a wɔn nso sɛ Titus Glover Honorable ɔno ɛyɛ Deputy Minister of Trade Transport no ɔno na bi a ɔsɛ akyire ɛna saa nneɛma no ɛbaayɛ ebi na kyerɛ sɛ ɔno nso saa gyanan bia ɔno nso ade a mo fa so sɛ kwan ahodoɔ ɛwɔ tɛma New Town anaasɛ tɛma Mahia wɔde ba mu asi Camry ɛde bɛsi mu ɛwɔ ɛyɛ main harbour road no ade a ɔmo sisi kwan no akyɛ sɛ bɛbu no na ɔmo ani abere sɛ kɔdɔm ɛnɛ saa bere a mene ɔkasa yi deɛ fi ndora anadwo bɛsi ɛnɛ ade a tɛma police command no from harbour from community 1 kyɛ sɛ ɔmo nyinaa gyina ɔmo nan so tentene a ɔmo de situation no aba nanso mene ɔkasa yi deɛ ɛnyɛ ade a polisifoɔ no ayɛ sɛ ɔmo bɛgya kuro no saa kwa ɔmo de ɔmo ani nso ebi kuro no akyi na mmom na yɛpɛ sɛ nka yɛne ɛyɛ regional command no twi nkɔmmɔ kyerɛ sɛ ɔmo nka nneɛma baako mmienu bi abɔ mu yɛgye di sɛ the spice media ɛntɔ abɛdu anwummerɛ deɛ na ɛwɔ mu biara no ɛbɛtumi ɛde adan ɛyɛ yɛtiefoɔ ne ahwɛfoɔ nyinaa.
Yo, gyina so kakra ma me kakabɔ na wɔka sɛ mmabunu no asɛsɛe akɔto ahyɛ NPP office a ɛwɔ hɔ no mo so asɛsɛe nneɛma ne ade deɛn japadeɛ no wɔn asɛsɛe no na nya bia polisifoɔ atumi akye mmabunu no bi anaa
ne nuaba meda se ɛyɛ nneɛma offices nkonya ɛne wonsa wubie ɔmo office na glass ne adeadeɛ de ne nyinaa de ade akyɛ sɛ ɔmo sɛe no ɛna ɛgyana bia no tie fi no koraa no me na ɔkan na kyɛ sɛ yɛnua Daniel ne Pastor Glover na ɔsi saa ɛgyana bia no ɛno nso nyinaa na yɛpiapia blog ne nneɛma nyinaa gu fam a ɛgyapadeɛ a ɔmo asɛ no ebi ɛyɛ ɛfɛ no sɛ dan no ne ade na sɛ woba lɔlɔ kwan so nso deɛ ne de sɛ ɔmo adɔ ɔmo block yɛ ne ade na ɛsɛ ahyɛn ahodoɔ no enya kwan bibi obenya biara ebi no kuta konti ba ne ade bibi obenya biara ne de sɛ ɔmo sɛ no ɛna nti de sɛ saa ɛna wudu ɛyɛ MPP office no mu nso a ɔmo sɛ kuta kan na bɛbɔ wura hɔ saa nneɛma no nyinaa ade akyɛ sɛ ɔmo asɛ sɛ no ebesi ɛne ɛna na yɛne ɛyɛ polisifoɔ yi yɛne enya ne nteyɛ sɛ ɔmo ate ebinom nanso no ɔmo kyerɛ sɛ asɛm no yɛ daisi but then yɛtwɛn sɛ regional police command no ebetumi ama ɛyɛ nsɛnkyerɛfoɔ brief anaasɛ nneɛma a ɛwɔ mu no ɔmo kyerɛ sɛ ɔmo kankan nneɛma bɔ mu ɔmo ne nipa bi kasa na ɛyɛ ɔhyɛw so ntɛntɛm so dodo ɛno nti yɛnya abotire kakra na yɛhwɛ nea ebepie mu a yɛde bɛto ɛyɛ nipa fam matiefoɔ nyinaa anim.
Okay, kakabo yɛbɛdo ase.
Sɛ mebɔ ne tɔfa nso so a mebɔ ne tɔfa nso a na meka akaso asisi dua sɛ woba tɛma hanom a kyerɛ sɛ ɛyɛ special vote no nso biribiara kɔ so kamakama woba tɛma isi no a kyerɛ sɛ ɔmo yɛyɛ ɛwɔ ɛyɛ police station ɛna afei nso tɛma west ne tɛma central ne nyinaa no nso no nipa no dodoɔ no abayɛ ɛyɛ numbers ɔmo pɛ sɛ ɔmo bɛto aba na ɔmo nyinaa abayɛ protocol no nso ɔmo di so kamakama ebi di sɛ ne nyinaa nso no ade a ayɛ asomdwe so a obiara verification no obiara tun them with a very interesting and very calm atmosphere obiara nso egu so a ɛkɔ so Nunu any no the Naka people.
Yo, mo ene adwuma yada sipi. Yen sentrene ohene amponsan kakabo e na wote ne ka efritama east ne yebesre yemabuno no yepamuche wo yesremo yesi ajanan bia e de amamu amakobu agui wan sika e no masaye no yenya yesika eti abusua aha e neat 100.9 FM me 19 wasugwa wutie no esio de we frikwa wonte so and was December 7 Ghana ni bia voting ma President Nana Akufo-Addo Order number 1. Afei incoming MP Ejeso lawyer John Kuma onoso da number 1. Incoming MP Anyaso Utium Dr. Adomako Kisi onoso so eda number 1. Ito bia Ghana ni bia voting ma number 1 we esio kwa unta so ena wode eba ye. Noah the Ark Builder and was the JDM campaign no atonsium so he is now promising free tertiary. Fa ninyina what a desperate Ghana is working under Nana Akufo-Addo. That's why you, Mami Soja, you voted for number. Who told you I voted number 1? My vote is my second. Okay. Ankoma Foster Achima Irebino say, I'll urge all Ghanaians and the entire people of Achumansa constituency, they should vote massively for our president Nana Akufo-Addo and Honorable Kojo Oppong-Nkrumah for development and good accountability to Ghanaians. 4 more deserves another term. My regards to Honorable Kojo Oppong-Nkrumah, Alexander Kwesi-Akwa, and Achumansa patriotic members. And also so at the Ebaye. Sami Buachi the way for Samanka say, think Ghana and manage your choice of the choice of your words. Ghana is one vote. Ghana is one. Vote massively for Nana-Addo and all his parliamentary candidates. They are number 1 on the ballot paper. Regards to Charles Echampon, the incoming MP for Asamankese, and Kofi Befi of New Jaben South. And also so what they abano. Positive change. What the way Efri Medina Accra. Mother serpent of corruption have closed down businesses, killed banks, destroyed savings and loans companies, and made millions jobless, etc. And later give our children a traffic light-free educational system with our taxes. As if parents will feed their children with free education. No right-thinking Ghanaian will just vote for Akufo-Addo just because of free traffic light education. Your vote is your power and wisdom. Don't just give it to the poor performing people like the MPP and Akufo-Addo. Too sure. Number 2, regards to lawyer Francis Sosu, next MP for Medina constituency. Mami B, please, I'm appealing to all Ghanaians to vote massively for NPP for them to continue the good works. Amen. Uncle Ibo, Enodi, Wei, Ifritema, Ebaye, Eben, Kwabenya, Welder Junction. 4 years ago, Nana-Addo claimed to be incorruptible and won't come to power to misuse our money. What has changed now, Mr. President? Now corruption has become a normal thing in this, in the so-called incorruptible man. That he has attained the name Mother Serpent of Corruption. Vote number 2 for a better and peaceful Ghana coming December 7. Regards to Honorable Elvis Afriyanka, Director of Elections of the NDC. MAAME Soja. Mahama wrote in his manifesto, Chemupe, for university students. Today, why the sudden U-turn? Desperation penny. Nanampon San Bediakon and na Odiwe Ebaye. JM said nothing free is good. Now he said free tertiary. Say no to JM and his NDC. Vote number 1. My dear, what the bar now do din akahon. Why? Wadaroma. Eda masima me fa dwenche no ensi anom kakra sana ebetwa yen course ne so no. Wadaroma moma yenane ye ho emra sisia.
Utie oha echi ponkno. Needs FM.
What's cool, fresh and trendy with a new look? Makes you feel real good, that refreshing vibe. Satisfies you right just the way you like. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? You gotta do
Ice Natural Mineral Water. Feel different. Think special. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Efiura, me mwachi o Efiura. Yes on.
Machi o Efiura. Efiura me chia wonye so.
Hey, Eura, enfase mamsu. Wati? E ba force chia me. Mo yem no.
Won so pepe.
Hey, oh, wafi, we dia me pese ni Efiura bekon. Eh, Efiura we dia ye kwa sori abo. Eura de. Momo kwa sori. Ye pompa ye. Eura de kasoro ho a. Wati? E be se wo ba hwa wa kraba kumpo wunya. Onipa da sane timi koto this way chocolate drink no ne yire ne ma edi nsuo hie twabia nom anopa no wi a wasade bia hye fridge mu wo mako school pon a wasan ba be yi anom enu mpore se ne nka ne twaso mu pa ende ye rekore ne fie wura beti ha anopa dio awia dio enumre dia mo no makodew mo mame na mu wi a ma soro akotra so ndem se ye kosum ya
Mesi na dia ya late nso me yanki kabinche Efiura ye wi ayakosere bo pate ke Efiura ruti fia se light bill no water bill ba wuntua bi wo boa se sika na fa koto this way chocolate drink na ba nom
ka hwe me catch you play nya play fa say this way chocolate drink no metumi ato bi pa na so na me de so mo ahwe wate e de me hia ne nsuohie na nsuohie so me ntoi se me bufu a metumi ato bag mu a wate yeah Efiura we nkwa de ma abunfu me koto nyanwe
Efiura fi de ya bro ma abunfu bi
munyam sumponie na mo ba ya trimodefo
FDA anhwe se adwede nkrato mu agye atom se eye
Utie oha echi ponkno Needs FM Utie oha echi ponkno Needs FM
What's cool, fresh and trendy with a new look? Makes you feel real good, that refreshing vibe. Satisfies you right just the way you like. Do you know? Ain't gotta do it alone. Specialized makes you glow. Anytime, anywhere. Specialized feel different. Always think Special Ice Natural Mineral Water. Feel different. Think special. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Efiura, me mwachi o Efiura. Yes on.
Machi o Efiura. Efiura me chia wonye so.
Hey, Eura, enfase mamsu. Wati? E ba force chia me. Mo yem no.
Won so pepe.
Hey, oh, wafi, we dia me pese oni Efiura bekon. Efiura we dia ye kwa sori abo. Eura de. Momo kwa sori. Ye pompa ye. Eura de kasoro ho a. Wati? E be se wo ba hwa wa kraba kumpo wunya. Onipa da sane timi koto this way chocolate drink no ne yire ne ma edi nsuo hie twabia nom anopa no wi a wasade bia hye fridge mu wo mako school pon a wasan ba be yi anom enu mpore se ne nka ne twaso mu pa ende ye rekore ne fie wura beti ha anopa dio awia dio enumre dia mo no makodew mo mame na mu wi a ma soro akotra so ndem se ye kosum ya
Mesi na dia ya late nso me yanki kabinche Efiura ye wi ayakosere bo pate ke Efiura ruti fia se light bill no water bill ba wuntua bi wo boa se sika na fa koto this way chocolate drink na ba nom
ka hwe me catch you play nya play fa say this way chocolate drink no metumi ato bi pa na so na me de so mo ahwe wate e de me hia ne nsuohie na nsuohie so me ntoi se me bufu a metumi ato bag mu a wate yeah Efiura we nkwa de ma abunfu me koto nyanwe
Efiura fi de ya bro ma abunfu bi
munyam sumponie na mo ba ya trimodefo
FDA anhwe se adwede nkrato mu agye atom se eye
Utie oha echi ponkno Needs FM
47 anope na me ba ye nso fonema o ma hihye niema yie papa me bo isi abaso o mo o hwa line say wo hey say yeah observing the social distance niema e wo say ye use so na adhere to the safety protocols na e wo ha na e no ye register 582 me free horses here abemwe na 350 atwaba e wo mu ene che the turnout a ye benya ene ekoye
John Dumelo wa hanti beside John so far what buy no much saying.
Well, so far so good. My bar since 5:30 and opa. Now my bump I say the way I know trying to be quiet to the end of the day.
Okay. Now so far we have processes na run faster. When you want to say BOB complaining say the dean man and baby.
I mean there've been 1 or 2 instances where obviously in the dean, but I'm sure it's at the other maybe trade fair and baby for they are supposed to be at and then no problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So by BBI.
Oh, BBI cool.
Oh, that's great. Okay. That's good. I wish you all the best.
I mean, sure.
Anyway.
You see, free SHS has come to stay. NDC is coming to make it better. Indeed, we actually started free SHS in 2015 with day students, and then in 2016 we added 147,000 boarding students. And so they came and continued the free SHS that I launched. But their implementation has been poor, and that is why we ended up in the double track. I started building those community day secondary schools, of which one is here in Garu, so that we could create enough access for all the children to be able to go to school. When they came, they stopped all those schools. Many of the schools have come to a standstill. But if they had continued, we would have created enough room for all children to be able to get secondary school places. Each of those community day schools can take up to 1,000 students. And so we're building 200 of them. So if we finish 200 of those schools, imagine 1,000 times 200. That would have been 200,000 new vacancies in senior high school. We would not have ended up with a double track. And so when we come, we're going to put those schools, the community day schools, on a fast track. And then your school here, we're going to build a girls' dormitory and a boys' dormitory so that those who don't come from the community can get a place to stay. We'll make it into a boarding school so that those who don't come from the community can have a place to stay and be able to learn. And so we'll finish those schools very quickly. And I've made a promise to the people of Ghana that when I become president, 7th January 2021, I give you 1 year. I will cancel the double track. I'll remove the double track from there.
Man penyin dada yewra mahama on the namomemo no ka yoba obeye or the atroso fam or say SHS no or no and or dre who the bar first. Hey. Ela na casa SHS enyasa baba magana. Enyo no. Na na made that Ghana for. Na betumi abakra I did 20 years time. And then Sanche, if you know, over 2 billion CDs are often for your school fees. And then what's on how to buy? Or say Ghana for any kaye. And 10 year you refia there. And then I'm not holding oka the okay. Namuni Madukunti Okasa. The campaign at Tosio. Campaign at Tosio. The campaign has landed in confusion, misrepresentations, and outright fabrication. That is the campaign of John Dramani Mahama today in Ghana. You cannot go to the presidency of Ghana with lies and fabrications. The Ghanaian people will not allow that to happen.
This vision of free secondary education was captured by our constitution drafters in the 1992 constitution. I believe as most Ghanaians that education is a right and must be free.
We will redefine basic education and make it compulsory from kindergarten to senior high school.
Free secondary education.
Our argument should not be about free secondary education.
Nana Akufo-Addo
stated that he's going to give us free senior high school, free food for everybody, including day students. If you pass in front of a school, you get free food. If you pass in front of a school, you get free food.
Yeah, Randy Okran. I say NDC for there. 20 years, what is the bear? Yeah, to make war.
2020 elections will be a referendum on the 4 years of the Nana Akufo-Addo presidency. 4 years of nepotism, 4 years of corruption, 4 years of stagnation, 4 years of deliberately abandoning of badly needed social and economic infrastructure, 4 years of dehumanization, 4 years of disenfranchising Ghanaians, 4 years of stripping Ghanaians of their citizenship, 4 years of deliberate collapse of indigenous Ghanaian businesses, 4 years of massive job losses, 4 years of economic hardship. This will be a referendum on the term of a president who has no real solutions for Ghana. A president who is hell-bent on doing whatever it takes to stay in power, including against sound advice, replacing the very voters register which brought him into office.
You come to the secondary level, and somebody says, even though the Constitution says you should do it progressively, I'll do it in 3 years. And that is the issue that we're pointing at. If you have a leg, the thigh is supposed to be bigger than the calf. If the calf becomes bigger than the thigh, then it means there's sickness in the leg. Because if you are spending most of your money on secondary education and less on tertiary and basic, then there's something wrong with your educational system. And so the government has budgeted 2 billion cedis for free SHS for this academic year. If you have 2 billion more to spend on education, will you spend all of it on free SHS so that even when people can afford to pay, they don't have to pay? Because today there's no system where if my child goes to a public secondary school and I can afford to pay, there's no system for me to pay. And so that ad hoc approach to education is something that is dangerous, because in education there are 3 most important things. The first and most important is quality. What is the use of education if the quality is poor? Why is it that at the basic level every parent struggles to take his child to a private school? Because nobody wants their child to go to Saito, because the quality in Saito is poor. And that is what Nana Jane was telling you, that we were trying to do something about by investing in the public basic schools. And we began to see the outcomes. The performance of the children at BEC continued to improve. And she was giving you some of the figures. But when you come to the secondary level, every parent struggles to send their children to the public school, not to private schools. And so we all struggle for the Accra Academies, Presec, and Fansipims, Adesados of this world. And that is because quality at the secondary level is better in the public schools than in the private schools. Now, what we're doing with this huge influx into the secondary school system, because we want to implement free SHS in 3 years, is going to affect the quality of the public schools. And soon we're going to find a system where people lose faith in the public schools and everybody will pay to take his child to a private secondary school. That is the danger we're talking about. And I can tell you that your student loan plus scheme has been cancelled because there's no money to finance it. Because all the money is going into free SHS.
Ghana for any dao, yenim ni ayeye, yenim ni akwa suso. Ya fe na abeche ni enko. Ya bia hye, ya kuma edade bi hu ada ho. Ye yi ani eti se ja ikrama na ejina moa. Ye hu nam a, ye ngia ebe yi ani, ni ebe bi dia aboa. Ebe bi amana to dompe.
Iti mama bisa, say NDC ni o MPP ni o party ben e na obeto aba.
Oh ya nto aba. Yeah, we see at times, sir. The fan yaman ya grow the stable.
NDC MPP na.
Hey! Osuna man yoku no a.
Ah, wo dey no.
Wosu no a, na ma ma wasa kwai. Oya du fudi pepper. Oh, Omampani bedi dada mahama. Yɛtena wi asesa.
Maybe so we see oya for the penny na me test because wako first time and on Sabbath.
The first time. Eniema wadi wo amamuo mu no ana politics say Ghana ha obaye. Na nko wadi niema ba yenso. Ofi assemblyman. Akwa minister. Abaya MP. Was I a minister for Ghana Telecom? No na ye minister ho. Was I ba ite abaya vice. Uf vice abedi eku atames. Adi na die uzi eso Ghana for 12 sampa. Almost in ya, or to study a 12 sampa, almost 12 so. Why be didn't fear 9? What's a so 1 mayor? What's that? So obesi a swa. Uncle Shayama.
No, mammy, sir, Unjintum Sabia, Quaquia or Bano, a young Sia. Oh, I didn't buy ye, said the mayor never got me to you.
Mamma, how? Where made that warrior? Made that warrior Nayana, Sigenta, that Numudan. I was raising. Now, where do you do?
Where do you do?
Oh, Mahama, why and you do?
Sempre you force senti sabi kwasano nsana de.
Oh, adia no betimi aye. What do you now I advise you? Na say ye ka say omampani akufo ado. Sa bibi kwa chewna wanhu a. Awomi aka wo. Sana dwin ni sukwa na wonte ya ba omi abetimi atia ka akire no. Obetie. Enti anu ti ne efa omampani ani afa na ba di akire. Efisa omampani na so besi e wo niam bi ho. Vice ne bete na wabebo na mane. Na ya to niam na niam akoyie. Enti so omampani dada John Dramani Mahama. Papa no say na oni atames rebu amamuo no. Bibi wo ha na enye nti wantimi anka no na ba obetimi idea. Ya ma na kwanya mfiensia. Ya hu ni oye. Wantimi anya hwe.
Gare ni bi oso nya kufa do so mfa so bi on pagya ne nsa busu bi nsia ne anu nsuo kwa ya so kane akwa enti de onya ne so mfa so ne ba kura nko school wa anu nsuo wa so kane ya
memba so na ka Mahama se ka ma ne kwanya na ko me di 4 years ne so
na Mahama na to so da na nya sa Mahama na ono ade ne jana sam ka me kwa me se Mahama foforo ono ade jai
yo take say 4 years mo ma ne kwa ma ne to aso
ayi kura wonya 1 month kura wonya ne ma ne 4 years.
Yes, Remo, my Ghana manufo. Yes, Remo. Yadi dwa to me ready sabato ebe kruswe. Yes, Remo. Kempa ye mumi enfan twetwe ntokwa. Yes, Remo. Ye asundie. Chedia papa mi obosko basase. David yakutem, Joshua akutem. Isaiah Sano, Jeremiah to Trubenturano, Yadini Disramo Pamotel say, Abatwa Betway, Yashunge, Yampen Topabia, Annuncia Manofre, MPP and DC4, CPPPP4, PNC, Mamie Donkwe, and Yamana Fonina Yadina Pamotel, and Kotna Radio Su TV Su, social media, Kodi Obiatem. We ya chere wadwini pokromoti enkasa etinye bia nim adwa gospel gender ministry dia simi ka chere maso se menka nchira mansan gender ministry ya ahoboa obi abetumra no ya do be fam na kwanso efri se mama ya basumbio gender ambassador oyima baby yeah somewhere timamu fwa Sika to be na kwa ya bonyo Omonia na ya wa frembio Yeah ya samo Tima mufwe ya samo Yeah na wa konto babia Omonia na ya wa frembio Yeah ya samo Tima mufwe ya samo Akodia chinya na kwa konto babia Tumonia ube na ya kodi sensimo
Yenti enwumi ya na yemfamu aba na yemfantu anamo na mfie pimie no ene aduano abato enya asomvie nkuto Wafa the way every new plant station in the second as now former President John Mahama is desperate for free electricity, free water and special one free education. Joseph Kobna, bro, good afternoon. Or say good afternoon, my lovely sister. one and only soldier woman BIAMAH. Back up na baby, I will be a me my good afternoon pa. Emmanuel Kofitaria and Joseph Kobana, they are watching live. Now Emmanuel Kofitaria no see BMZ very soon JM will claim he carried the cross of Jesus Christ. Now Oyibo Boate or the way Fratman Nebehi Kumase and was a former for Nana to do more. Nana near Honorable Ejeanjure MP Etrima Nwebeja South near. Greetings to Dr. Kingsley Nyakon, incoming MP for Kwada so. Bright as someone saw here live. And Chebesa Kwahoma so na yen central form so ebo pro for special voting and nehono one more elkoswa na one more ede and seven abreye. Na ye kota no north and Persiano eso yen central na ya adwumfo e hono mo e na wakwakọ pie mu na mahaim.
Many about me Josu.
Bibi aboko de.
Onyakopa do bibi aboko.
Yo, efra no pa apro ahodo a wabwa ne baby a wugina poten boy honkomo.
Many about me dasi. Constituencies means that me akoso fitia no pa no. Yedi kan na me free ase wo Tano North. Won kropo no eye bia ankwanta. Some person no so na ye beka won manyanfo fida pempe ewo. Na ho nipo mbeto special voting no eye 575 and a better special voting no. Abra kodru obeye nundu duba kumo oba ne de. Na nipo mbetimi ato aba na eye 200. Yesa ko Abra mo free eye na nipo mbetimi abeto no. Aka nipa no mako 91 pe na 575 no omu nyina atimi ababa beto. Protocol se wo so mo to efa eye COVID-19 ho de bibia da na akwan mu a obekọ no mo de nkama na asisu ntino we kwa no aba begina mu foforo ba no so aba begina mu sine be ya omombobọ ho na nkonkofa ọha bia nso mfamba sanso no mayi covid ambassadors wo no mo a omohwe se wa obeba ho bia no o hye nose mask na abewro nsanso omo so kuya no mo be che okwan obefa so a omo ne electoral commission for no ebe ya adwuma nti na Tano North nso ye kopie mu ana omo anya akwansidie bi ebe ha omo se obi di ne nsesi so afide na amfa obi ode ne nsesi bibia no afide no efa ye me fi on me ba Tano South a eno so okrupo no eye bichim eno so moto aba no ye electoral commission form officer ewo bichim nipa wo so moto special voting no eye 510 presiding officer o ye maamia ni dini abeta mensa bonsu abe kopie mu na nipa mo so atimi ato aba no wonum no eye 160 eno betimi ato aba na eno so ye hwe nim se entibia no so no eho no se ne na nipa dodo no so asasa santene de emo no ye hwe nim se nipa dodo na so atimi akwakoto ne krakra no ena me kopie mu ewo afo ano no ten no so won kupon no eye tepa eho no nipa 445 ena ebeto special voting no abra na ye free ono na nipa 170 ena atimi ato presiding officer na ho no eye Yera Gama George ono so edichi mu se bibia da na kwama ho so ekoduru ye no na protocols bibia da na kwama ho so afidi no obi ode necessity su bia no obia ensa fire intimi ni so far so good e fa Tano North Tano South any half ano no tametimi akone de bibia da na kwamu o ha bia NCE bibia nso wo asumdue ma protocols wo so bia bi su bia nso o mediso kama na mama ne ba me de bai no
na twen ye me fa sa probon me fra no paya bepem sabre no wo kwa baby a ebi ka so me ko hwe mu no na me din nim ana me din no ya spell ni yi ana no problem bi wo me din ho
for now there obia ni wa baby ni wa makwa obia ka se ni din no ama ena baby ansu ni wa makwa o maka se odinesa kosisu afidie no am verify no baby bia di obia di ba ye wa hanu musi no obia di ba ye ena obia so odinesa besusu bia nso afidie no verify ni ti eno ne de yenya problem bia o hanu musi
meda sipi mo ene adwuma yensen training na ya odwumfo or de emanubai efri Tano North ene mpesi ahodo so ena ote ne nka no na Richard Oheneba Adomako or the way free Italy and was say Mama can't be a president of Ghana anymore for more for Nana ayo never say never please Manauba Stephen hey and was Mami BIAMAH why is it that you don't read my SMS the SMS page in the menko hokra Manauba Stephen at Pantine Village. What the fahan mo making kind of kama at the amount. Kafra say SMS or no me share ho. WhatsApp and Facebook live na ho and me yana madwene etai ewo pa. But so what the SMS FA 0503721744 and so betimi ahwe na makan ama. Na so what the SMS ekofa 0200 fence Kanewu number no so dia and alabaraka because you see akra make us say phone no eniha it mesre wa wo de ba either say wo de befa Facebook live ni so anasa yen WhatsApp line no 050 3721744 wo de fa so a ye beken kan ni nyina kama e de amount either through WhatsApp or text message no mekan amount and afi so no Facebook live no so mekan amount enti Steven mesre wa adaroma wo de ba ye say makan e wo Facebook live makan kama e de amount na John Mahama should start preparing. Abraham Musikani talented, Mr. Ankuma Foster, Makenkan Odien no. Mami Soja, good afternoon. NPP is good and better than any other party. Vote number 1. And ni noy note for Tema Central. Uncle Bo and Ediwe Ebaye. Ankuma Foster, I will continue to advise all Ghanaians to vote for the one who has set good records on our developmental issues, education, healthcare, economy, and finally employment. Vote for our President AKWAFO government for changing lives and bringing good agenda for Mother Ghana. The battle is still the Lord. The battle still remains the Lord. My regards to Honorable Kojo Ponkroma. Yeda se pa ewo honomo. Mistake and adu we baye. And I say, Nanado, the mother serpent of corruption, has failed Ghanaians. Oh, some say they are bad at Anambwa. Woefully. Corruption has become a social intervention at Nanado. Just to mention a few. Our cash for seat, PDS bust. There's BCU Galamsey corruption saga and the Stinky Japa deal, which has made Nanado the chief clearing agent and the serpent mother of corruption. Let's vote wisely for a massive infrastructure, free primary health care, and a big push. My regards to the people of Mepe in the Northern constituency. Yeah, that's sepa mystic and now do we a buy ye. Mamishe Abraham Musikani talented and Sawoma Santiakra. Good afternoon, Mami BIAMAH bro for damages. So God has anointed Nanado already, and the good people of Ghana are going to vote massively for Nanado. Your Mama's Okada campaign has fallen flat in the ditch. We, the discerning Ghanaians, have decided to give Nanado another term because one good term deserves another. Yeah, that's JM and his NDC, they don't have anything better for this country. Say no to JM and his NDC. Vote number 1 from Yesu Tiase. My regards to Honorable Osafo Mafo, Senior Minister. Good afternoon, Mami Soja. I just want to remember my dear security personnel to remember the threat posed to you by Sami Jemfi. This is what he said. We are telling them they are making career in the military that respected state security agency conterminous with that of President AKWAFO. Hey, bro, let me tell you. The day President AKWAFO exits office will be the last day they will serve as policemen and military men, and we will deal with them mercilessly. Vote for Nanado. Paita Kwekubuache and Odiwe Ebaye. Mame kwa hamaso na mensa aka yenuya Steven Sechere. Stevo.
MBA.
Ma hai.
Ya me de obaba.
They say ufa mu ehin no abesie mia ehodro se no akokọ okobo yen komo.
Yo obaba me da se. Yes asie wo oboase wo Asante Mantam mu. Na me shasie wo oboase West. Oboase West na omo dia no wo eye Oba Council. Ta police station na Oba Council no. Anana omo to be. Me ko eye opanyi a ekasa presiding officer no yewa Frederick Mensa ana nko yitwem no de to manim se Oboase West no mo hedim se special voting and ke nipa mako 370 nipa 370 ana mo hedim se ahomatimi abeto o maba asa tema mi fi ho na donko abono no na o che se nipa ahomatimi abeto no eko ahamienu eko over 200 ana atimi abeto o mo ede na o che se omusha asia no pa no na niema nyina edida na kwam enya ade say materials no ebia ebi ka chip 7:00 am ado mutu share omo de ase ho no omo anya problem bia na me kodu ya me di mani ehwe omo na edi line mus no na chese COVID-19 protocols no yedma o papa se wudu ono ma omo de chalk asensan la bi ho wo free de odi wanyim eni de odi wachi no 1 meter away entinya ade a obi a ben obi wudu na omo ma wo adi nkan ahoro wonsa uwia na omo de thermometer gan yi bi abekse wo so wo se nose mask ya omo hwese obekwa akwhye bi ansa wo tia bedi line so na obi akoto no de kama nti wo de ekoye no na enema ekọ wano me free one ana me sanso edi mani chere Obuasi East constituency Obuasi East almost to omo de baby e friend say fire service na obo no e friend say boite and Obuasi Asante Mantemu also beside no officer order to mani say omo hwe ni mu say nipa 203 and e betimi abeto as at there's a 135 no na enipa omatimi ato 175 and na etumi ato na bibi kakra me kwa afọ me hu ho ne say baby abako bia no pool agent no enipa mielu ana hu say enye MPP na ye NDC other political parties 10 na aka ne de enye ade say me kotu obia agent e ho no mo baby agent wo no na enye MPP na eye NDC ana e ho so nyankopa dom omkwam che say obia waba bia no atimi abeto wonya wo haw basabasa bia so ntimi nkoso mini agent fon bi twetwe nkomo ye we pen say David Adama o se ogina edema NDC on so che say the fala say ono ye agent ma NDC e beti say aba mi fi wono no betimi aka say enema akoso nyina no ayade akoye ede ama wo mo abaka say bia basabasa bia ntimi nkoso sanso na MPP do jam omo agent eye anoche pimpo Ebenezer on so nko otwetwe mo che say omani agi data commission eye ne ho omo ba omo hwe ma enema mu nyina da wode ma omo sebi so bipo no wo hawa omo for agent mienu nyina na ma fa adwen as how be omba buwa ni pakro no enti omo mienu nyina every data obo ase de omani agi se ne esi koso nti mame baby amawe nyina no afa na medi mani ekire ye odotogui Amansia Central na makohete de omo so de esi koso a enam kwam aye ko baby ekọ ni de na asumdue amu a
mo ene adwuma yada sipi yen sentwe ni Steven Sechere ena ote na mane ebono Salis Alex J and was say hey, how can you pity somebody? I beg go. George or say I miss Mafia couldn't do me so rest in peace. Oh George. Yes, so your friend pa ye be your friend. Your friend, but we can't do anything about it. Salisu Sechere, all the way free power, OT region. And was the Okada and Zongo Mochri manifesto is no more attractive. The NDC and JM campaign has now sunk deep into the waters. Vote NPP and President Akufo-Addo for more prosperity and development for all Ghanaians. 4 more for Nana Sharifa for Nkwanta South. Francis Obey, a big thanks to the EC for the good work done. Neat FM, the best station. Yada say, Richard Osaf Mami Soja, tell everybody that we are voting for number 1. Watching you live from Achim Swedro. Yada say, Kunta case and was voting for John Mahama is never a wise choice. Is he coming to complete the many projects Nanado has started? And when will he start his? Remember, he has only 4 years to serve. Vote wisely. Waskolo GH. And was a good afternoon, MBA, please. Let us also hear from Oti region. Anane Benjamin Waskolo. Yo, Mate, Yabebo Eura Oti region. Enchakra na ya de hon mama ni so abba. Ernest Ametepe. December 7th is keeping too long. Fellow Ghanaians, please don't make any mistake to bring back NDC. Ernest Wayo from Sugakope. The battle is the Lord's. And also so adventure wade abba enono. Na mama frɛ WhatsApp messages no somodi aba abele edway free nwa and was biamzi. In fact, NDC youth in Tema East are a disgrace and shameful pa. Why should they destroy the new toilet building? M1 project ye di mwan kasa moni man ketenkete amotonton ya tete moto agigea tietia ene ye di project no obu afu anu akobu atu agu na sabe yesi ba yi odwan oso wo ye ni wura dan ho no onim so ono ankasa ne hunwi ene woku no mumye hwe ne yio ye mabuni mama ye hwe ne yie pa bio mark edway free amasaman Dar Salam. BMZ, please, a certain guy is around media opposite Hebron area. It is alleged that he is sick in mind, but you can't see it when you meet him. BMZ always throws stones at people when he meets them. They are saying his brother is a police officer. Please do something about it or else he will kill somebody. Ayo, anyway, the approach for amuwo amasama ne media prosifo ene Hebron empotam hono mo manke kama ho na sa abrante no momfa chen enguni nsane ne nan na mommo na bombo emfa no enko psychiatric hospital and 10 so ansana before frokra SC Martin Amidu could not perform up to the people's expectation as regards to the fight against corruption. His exit from office always become controversial, which shouldn't have happened in this democratic dispensation era. I'll advise Mr. Martin Amidu to deal with personal challenges before taking up any government positions. Osai Kweku Edway Efri UK and a buy. And I know what the kind of back be about say. I will urge the security agencies to expertise their surveillance as the NDC has an agenda to destabilize the upcoming general elections. The NDC are satisfied with operations of the EC whenever NDC is in power. This political nuisances must stop. Therefore, we cannot continue to tolerate such a disgusting attitude of NDC any longer. Osaiku enediwe fi UK by Salisu emse odieno makan dada ewo Facebook live no so akwasiki sid we fi go mo ankran. My fellow citizens, it is time to effect that will. Hey. I say, my fellow citizens, it is time to effect that which will bring development, better economic development, quality education, jobs, growth, stability of citizens. JDM is the only option we have now to rescue us from these loot and share government of Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. Is Mahama seeking for another term? No way. Regards to you, Mami Soldier. We see Oda and our the way if we buy. Nana all the way. We Ghanaians have not yet forgotten what Mahama, our former president, did when he was in power. Nana or Gum Bam. Ameski La Bianca. Or the way free or call and what they buy. Mami Soldier, good afternoon. 4 more for Nanado and Vice President Baumia to do more. Or say old soldier and a do way every tema. What they abba. Ishraba Anelka and was if John Mahama wins election in Ghana again, then it means Ghana has been cursed never to develop. The MPP led by President Akufo-Addo has performed beyond expectations, and Ghanaians must show appreciation by voting massively to retain the MPP in power to make Ghana work again. Nana Twaso, greetings to my next MP for Ashaman constituency, Honorable Alhaji Labran Yakubu Bari, and then also for Den Abba Ewohono. Seth Mante Abba Homas Seto.
Yeah, Mame BIAMAH.
Mahaim.
Bejo so Mame.
Na they say we he.
Me no ka say de me gina utu breku.
Yo, boy en komo ifra no panum.
Yo. Mame say oba eye ewutu senya east. Ewutu senya west. Gomwa east a ho na probono ekoye na me no ka say special vote na na yegusu ayeto. Na efi area prem to be ka say bona ye ka say bona ye de ba tie no. Se si ame no ka say de abato no egusu kakra ebi eba na pa no beto koye anapa no na efe amanfo ba ya bevotu ikama na ohwa se si ade agwa say metumi aka say ewutu breku amigran enipa ewutu senya westment kese no 165 and I say onom beto aba no ntimeji enipa no yina aba yisi officials ne ewa ha say omote asese obi ama ebeto aba no ebiem na obaka so ade a police for no so any baby mu wo duty ewo miamia baby a se si ame no ka say na me fi ho a me bedu breku no de na ebi mu afi no mapom duty a omo so ebe beto odoma ba pepepe enti wo hwa ene ewutu senya kaswa mensike senya kaswa no senya me kan ya na kaswa no omo ye 662 voters
na I no omo buy so mbe ye show mani so beto aba el kaswa so bi eto aba no kaswa police station hope na special boat no course wo ho asomdwe wo ho bibia nsi wo ho oba gomwa isa eno so electoral commission officer wo budumbram big apple ho ene yeto aba no wo ho ene so nipa 280 ena moto ye hwe mani so beto aba na hwe so a na won so na ne anapa no na ahoka no wo so na abefem na ewie de issue officials no obi atodi obi amama fo bebe na anapa no o ma beto onom aba wo ho na anapa no na de na eyi gaga se eye obi eba so beto aba police ni ba ko ba so beto aba no order ne search musu wie no oye so cha na o cha no na use officials ga say ba wo cha emna bia nim sa use officials for no jere phone no
na I said no more monitor no ana
no more monitor no se so beto aba ni bia no monitor say baby aba ko tim no say use officials ni for no so manim o ma che ba ko akosei na o ma che ba ko so akosei enti ho no that baby o ma che the presidential no e de ni say abeto aba wo ma so akoje parliamentary de no use officials no to a wo ye bibia o mani tuawo enti o mo je phone ni fi officer ni nsem ema
ni ba no e prosini ana se den
ma say na den dey fancy
oh dem say na wo money di
no ye prosini
yo
enti ema hehe ba na come officer ni buy na come officer no so ho enti ema hehe ba ma come officer ni komo ema ya mo je phone ni fi nsem a oto na ba no e ma ne de tumu ma bia ko so e wa wutu senya east men se kete no na ye ba west no so de bibia anko so o sa na anti bibia da ba kwamu a eye coincidence mi ansa me ko ye special boat ni de yen sam trefon so ye ko to na tunjo ma ye di mo mu na ya to ya ba kama se se ade ye se no nu bebo na mo de akọ eye kaso na ka egomwa east no ebe ko nyenya divisional police command ahodo mo de ba ko si yebe bi acha ko hese abato no o ma to awie ama da ko si wa na ana hefa no mo de ko ya mo de electoral commission office ana mo de ko police station enti ye hese be bia ko ya ada se electoral commission ko ne befa ana be ko si police station no o se be di acha ime kate bomu no ne fa nka me tie for mame
Martina ayi wa pro obonyina no was there a situation whereby obi ko so ko hweni din a ye se e bia ni din nim ni din akodi ba bi foforo ne sa ne ma no
mame ai gomwa ewutu senya east ewutu gomwa east ena ewutu senya west de aproba ye ko yina no enya de ye si asa enema ne bi e wa ha sei e bia mbem sa wa ha
meda semo ene adwuma
yo
yes sentwe ni set mante ena ote na mane ebono ha eye neat 100.9 FM sabre ya no miensa aboide na chese aka donhwere mienu na chese special voting no ye de aba ewiya ne sa nemom no enya de a enne ye bekenkan da bi ye to wi a ye sese ne nyina ne aka bom ne de akwa akosie ba bi na party ba ahodo ne nyina obi aden na hyenso de ne nema abefemfam so bi no obi asensan ne age atum ne de akogu ba bi faako edi nyame ya adom a ye to December 7 de ne ewiya ne de abefra we no ne aka ne nyina bom na ya kan na kama eto obi aba bonten beka cho san special voting na special no benti ne wi ni ya dipa no sini hu woboa nya de a ye ba bekenkan Sami Boache the way free Asamanka fellow Ghanaian the NDC agenda is out again. Let's ignore their fake news. The only originator of free SHS is Nanado and he's #1 on the ballot paper with all his parliamentary candidates, especially Charles Champion of Asamanka Ofio Chibe Finu Jabin South NS Yakumi Akwatia and Obuafo Kwadwa Sante of Suhum. Your vote is your children's future. #1 and what they buy GM's administration no chalk for schools. They don't have vote #1. My regards to Mr. Kusibuafu, CEO of Public Sector Reform. And also they abba. Na good day, MAAME AKWAFO BIAMAH Meda say you are doing a great job. Keep it up. The voice note that you played have exposed. Hey, Mr. Ramo, have exposed JDM big time for his lies on free SHS and TVET. Propaganda and lies won't work. I humbly urge each and every voter to vote #1 for Nana Danko Akufo-Addo and Dr. Dixon Adomako Kisi for Enyaso Otion constituency. #4 more for Nana shall come to pass. Thank you and stay blessed. DKB of Israel, Lomnava Electoral Area, and Ote. Nenka now so aha and obey video call. Bay. I was say fellow Ghanaians, please let us not repeat the mistakes we made in the last year's election by voting for incompetent and weaker leadership who has no message for Ghanaians. Vote number 1, Nana and Hawa Kumsin, to protect you and our children's future. May Almighty Allah have mercy on us. Shaibu, Edway, Africa, Soa, and Ode Eba ye. The next NDC government to absorb full fees of tertiary students for 2020-2021 academic year. It has been updated on 1st December 2020. The National Democratic Congress has emphatically announced that the next government of the party will absorb the full school fees of Ghanaian students who will be admitted to tertiary institutions in the 2020-2021 academic year. The policy that Faninina will absorb full fees for tertiary students who will get admissions in the next academic year. According to a statement signed by the national chairman, Hader Samuel Ofuswampo, the policy is an enhancement of the commitment in the People's Manifesto to absorb 50% of school fees for all tertiary students for 2020-2021 academic year through the Chimpe policy. Hey, at the endorsement, also read full statement below. Now say NDC wamu Chimpe policy na mo People's Manifesto mono. Wama dani ni wamu si 1st December no. Wama sisem. Wamu sisem wamu se no. Oko university a fees ni nyina wama fa. First no wamu si wamu chemienu. Wama fa na woso wama ma fa. Enso se si ade wamu kire se wamu afa bibia wama fa ni nyina. Enti ne nya de se u pass u qualify for university a u kwa kotua fees. U qualify ya na ne wafa bag asan ho no akotana lecture hall. It's as simple as that. Na u kwa kusua wade. Ebusuafo me basisi a me kwa homa so. Yenua kwabna fori or achim swedru. Eho ene achim dan potamo no special voting mu no bo na pro efaye. Waba homa so ene ebonkomo. Kwabna ma han.
Ma me mejusu.
Empom te san.
Oh nyame adum gidi so onso die mu ye.
Yo bibia bako. Efra no pa wafamu abepim sabre die na ekoso boyen komo.
Yo mame sisi a me no kasa die mabedu achim da constituency a imprimpri dia heya na megina nemu medin kan akoye achim suodru se de odin kan kan no afin so atiase constituency ofuase ayerebi constituency na upper west achim adeso constituency honso makoho no mo na eviti anopa bese nonson pepepe na isi bebia miko nyina no na isi no ahihye ne niema o mahye ase eto aba bibia da na kom covid-19 protocols no ya de se mpanifo ahwe a omodi so fefefe Veronica Bucket esi bebia mekoye ensuo wom semina ewo ho na tissue so esi hu je ne ohoro nsawie ya na wapepanta isi peni ba ko kita thermometer Ghana obecheke o temperature ene owie ansa na we ID card na wahye yedwumadie na se na watimi ahwe akoto waba bebia mekoye ni bia no se bibia eda na pinchen bia enyi niti ewo honom nemu oye akim da na anopa be se 7:30 na omuguso omoto aba no oye akim da constituency secretary edema NDC obaye no na ochirima enra no omuni EC mpenifo ekohie mu no provisional results ayede anase provisional register ayede ma omo no na enipa 239 and I was there omoto aba so no pay no obepie mu no na akoye 240 nti na akoye ntinrahye ene wono so ne MPP secretary emachim dano na ene akoye twuma mentin wesi wompene eno ena mpenifo be ma police sponsor so wo ho na omobo banti omohwe eka ma bibia eyeboko eno na metwe ben EC chairman na say presiding officer wo ho no no ebusan se ne ba ne se na sa mistake ne ba na ochirima enra no omokoye no omotire mu ma obi ate no wanse say 239 no na provisional ene de no na be 240 eto omokama omunyina etiafe na secretary no no wamba meeting ni bi eti wante de cause ndi na wasanka obusa ni nipa na oba meeting na so wa musa agintire mu eti na chese de ono de bae no enhye da eni nyina so bia me no ka say de acham da me ni ugina no na mi fi ho no kakra aya me no be ka say ni nipa 175 ena na ato aba no eti omuguso omoto aba bibia ye boko maame
yada semo ene adwuma yensen twene kwabena fori ena woten nkafri achimsodro na afi achimda ene ne mpotamo na kata I don't know say ebia nokra na say obetia ne say ababeka say ifi and krata bia wo che say national chairman na woda NDC amayokwa no ne sai ne hyase NDC wo mo people's manifesto wo mo de baaye no wo mo say wo wie SHS senior high school no wie na wo ba be university a office na wo mu chemu mienu na wo mafafa na wo susuku ni no wa wo afafa na no no wo de agina mu a wo mu tu din se chempe policy edi sa chempe yi na enne December bo so mi de di kan nsaka krata bia wo chese national chairman of the NDC ne nsa ene hyase a wo chem se wo mu de fani nyina policy na aba be hye chempe no anemu na fani nyina policy ne de wo mu kan nyina ne se wo pass for university a wo admission wo tuition bibia aban na ebe fa ho kan nyina untua kapreba na asasemi wo mu agidi yese Frank Tony His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ebre semu no beba bonte na wabechirechire mu yie ama Ghana disuafo nyina ehunu ese free afi 2020 ekopem 2021 mu no that academic year no mu no ade se ura university mu a untua hwe kapre akura kapre atokurudem enyade a ubetua bie na we no wo mo de ba behye chempe no anemu na chempe no wo mo de be apply ma wo mo a etwa wo ma de sua so no ebia from ufree level 200 kwa mo de mbe ni chempe na mom level 100 for ne de full fees aban no fa sa aka ne nyina enti brese mu no flag bearer His Excellency John Dramani Mahama eba ba bonten na waba be mu yi pa e de akire Ghana for mamenkwai. Majority of security men and women will vote for President Anado to continue his good work. Vote for number 1. Abele, and what do we buy? Wafake, and was now the biggest problems a Ghanaian face is NDC and their candidate John Mahama. Are you sure? Wafake, are you sure? Good afternoon, Mami Soja. I want to advise all Ghanaians, especially the youth, to be very careful of how the politicians are using them to do unnecessary things. Our lives matter a lot. Ghana first. I'm Nana Nkrumah Abebiu inside Ashaman. Greetings to my lovely mother, Martha Reko, inside Nkenkensu. Tamati we mebuno no. The politician de demo ye no. Prosi chew. O friend na obeka so onemu. Obe deny 1,000 times. I'm telling you. Enti mo ye bibia na madwene ho yi akwa chiri kakra. Noah the Ark Builder, Mami Soja, now that the investigation bodies have finally made it clear that the alleged tape of Elder Fosuampofo is truly his voice, what is he saying about it? If you and your production team can call him, please do for him to come and remove his mouth. Now, I'm not court. Nubi ya court no bako yi anono ediama kwami entry edwe fi new aplaku. God remove kings and set up kings. But not all kings are set up by God. Hosea 8:4. So let's all vote wisely for Nanado. Yo, Kwame entry and do if we new aplaku for they abba. Good afternoon. We want to tell the MPP that Ghanaians will not give them a second term. The corruption under their sleeves is so gargantuan. Akufo-Addo has disappointed Ghanaians. NPP out, NDC in. Tema East is going to vote massively for the NDC this time. The MPP deceived us in 2016. Jane Baptist from Tema New Town. And we'll do it back. Don't vote for JM and his NDC, otherwise we will be doomed. Say no to JM and his NDC. Vote for number 1. Regards to Honorable Atachia. Wanka Sanka Sakura na wode message ni ba no. Wan fa wudin ama. Good day, MAAME BIAMAH. Please, I urge you and other fellow Ghanaians to vote massively for number 1 for President Nana Akufo-Addo and Dr. Dixon Agodomaku-Kisio to allow the NPP party to continue with their good works. Vote number 1 for the Elephant Party. It is the only party that has the blueprint for Ghana's growth. Nanado all the way. DKB of Israel, Lomnava electoral area, and Onusu Free Abba. The desperation of JM is at its peak, and he is now promising free tertiary education just to get votes. We are discerning, and we won't fall for his lies. He will lose regrettably. Patrick Edway Efri Ashalaja Ena Odem Ebaye. Ebusuami mainti eno aso egu a wutie ha eye neat 100.9 FM eso.
Oh yes, Remo, my Ghana manyofo. Yes, Remo. Yadi dwa to me ready sabatu ebe kruswe. Yes, Remo. Kempa ye mumi enfantwetwe ntokwa. Yes, Remo. Yenya sundie. Chebi akwa mi obosko basase. David yakutem, Joshua akutem. Isaiah Sano, Jeremiah to true Benturano, Yadini dis Ramo Pamotel say, Abatwa ye betway, Yashunge, Yempen Topabia, Enuntia Manofre, NPP and DC4, CPPPP4, PNC, MAAME Akwiadonkwe, and Yamanafoni na Yadina Pamotel, and Kotna Radio Su TV Su, social media and Kodi Obiatem. We get to the wagini, Pokromoti and Kasa, Etinye Bianim, Adwa Gospel, Gender Ministry, dear Simika Tremasu say, Men Kantra Mansai, Gender Ministry, I am Boa, Obia Batumrano, Yadoba Famna Kwasu, Efri Sala Mama, Yapasun Yo. Gender Ambassador, are you my baby? Yeah, yes, some way. Timamu Fue, yes, some way.
December 7 is keeping too long. Fellow Ghanaians, please don't make any mistake to bring NDC back. And next, Wayo, Edway Fisugakope, the battle is still the laws. And was say now we know the NDC are liars. How could you change your manifesto a week to elections? The Chimpe was more credible than free tertiary. This is not. Prince Ofori, good afternoon, Ghanaians. May you please answer my question? Who says sometimes we used to lie when we are campaigning by means of Noah the Ark Builder, Mami Soldier, now that the investigation, Georgia say, and was watching you live from Johannesburg, South Africa. My advice to my fellow Ghanaians is to vote massively for Nana Akufo-Addo to continue his good works. Greetings to my children, Daniel and Dennis, Tuyahene Osei, and Kingsley Obey Osei, Bosheba and Misty Gosu Zongo. Ghanaians have to be vigilant about ex-President Mahama and his NDC because they've started their latter days lies and propaganda. Let's vote massively for number 1. My regards to Honorable Evans Opoku Bobie. I have Regional Minister and Honorable Patrick Bano, Pacific North NPP parliamentary candidate. MAAME AKWAFO. Do you believe the NDC can pay all tertiary fees and the free SHS also? 2 billion is already committed. This could cost another 2 billion. Can they handle this plus all the other freebies? George Akese. And was Mami, please check from the party before you get off the program. Since fake news is around. Abnasari, US of A. Sure. If Paddy Fifi, greetings to the people of Gomoa is I urge them to conduct themselves appropriately come December 7th. Mr. Paddy from Gomoa Nyanyano. Prince Ofori, Mahama again. He moved from Chimpe into 3. No wonder. But said sometimes he used to Abusia for me mighty and na waso egu awutie ne ha eye neat 100.9 FM na ye kwa oten apew eho wono wo Doma East ene Doma Central ho na ifra no pay apro no Wachi mu a e de ababewi. Otin ma han.
Mejo so many aba.
Bibi abako de.
Nyankopo adaro ma ye ho edin pa.
Yo, efra no pa no a niema be na akoso e was special voting no mu. Ebinom kwa wo mu din ye hunu. Ebinom esa mu fidi asai. Dia na ekoso ankasa maye twamfoni kire ye.
Ohima me da se tabre obadoma isa. Afidie asai afidie nyahwe ubepemu ha dia bibia da na kwam pepepe. Namra ebo be se nundu a ye di ani adi ade ati abepum sabre no. Anya dia a ye beka se isi fidie ahodo a wode eye special voting odoma isi ha no. Timato atimi abahoni na se ejana so papa eye adwuma amanfo a ede akwanya abase wontimi nko na fei wonko to waba no obia so eka ho akwakoto aba na mame ententem so no mame enka ne sei ubadoma isi ha aye district police station headquarters say enanne woto aye aba no mecha special voting no na de ba ko mu say ye ne presiding officer wo ha owura apia ku betwetwe nkomo wo bra na abo nondu na wo chese nipa se so bob modern na fe woto aba ewo ha no eye 144 na nipa na tese be nundu ekọ no watimi ato aba no aye 68 na atimi abo modern ato aba ewo ha wo hwese nkopon ya adoma wo mu akari nyina betimi abo modern aba na fe watimi aba beto aba no kama na bibia so atimi akoso na bebo modern ehwe se ye de eboa se be betimi atu ya de covid-19 ase no ado so wade adwuma na anu so mi hu se na bibia e wo kama brera kaka bucket siwo sa so na aye tissues ahodo sanitizer ahodo bibia o ha no so na wodi guso edi wo hu ni se be beboa na ya de covid-19 ya be body packing atu fom washase no anya de a dede bia aba ha chesa manyakuo mienu ni nyina obia e wo nanam sifo e wo ha wo hwe e toto nyama se be bibia so ebetimi akoso kama ohima ni wachi disanso admani tiremu e wo doma central na doma central say no aye police station safer private church eho no aye ahoro mienu yo A and B na mene presiding officer wo ha no aye Redu Francis atwetwe nkomo obra na abo dubako eno na wo chese nipa wo hwe ni mu so betimi abo modern ato aba ewo ha no aye 452 wakache se bra na abo be se dubako ekọ no nipa watumi abo modern ato aba ewo ha no aye 130 enu achi yehu se santina hodo a na ewo na ewo pompa yi anya asem ketwa dede bia so entimi ema sa so na fidie ye ka se agigi wo mo na se asapa ye bibia no ha so de na gina na so papa enu achi ye sanso boyeni e de ekotre aye shefa bi no so ekohwe se ho so no what is saying bibia ekoso pepepe anunti ye ne presiding officer efa party ebon komo wono so eche se aha se ne nipa so bo mmodi na fe wotimi eto sa special vote ni bi aye 450 na nipa mako ahanu ana etimi abo mmodi ato aba e ha e ha bia eniha so ana party mienu nyina atitafo e ha wo maka no so no na wo so eka ho wo hwese be ya special voting no ankonko fa piche bia emma e wo toma is na so toma central say nti ma mi bisa me dia na ha say die aha ye boko dede bia eniha afidie bia so enseye e wo toma central ana fe toma is ha si
yo otin mo eni adwuma ya da se yen sentwe ni otin apel e na otin ne nka no endi se si ade yen college no monya free day efi se ebre ya ekosi se no nan ebebo no ye jagum obi amfre mesrew emediatem no kasentwi kan wadwene kire wadwene e wa asem no ne yenko 1 minute obro so a mekato e bibia aye kama e ha eye neat 100.9 FM 90 e na waso eguo no
yes remo my Ghana manyofo yes remo yedi dwa to merade sabato ebe kruswe yes remo kampa ye mumie mfantwetwe ntokwa yes remo yenya sundie Chedia papa mi obosko basase David yakutem Joshua kutem Isaiah sono Jeremiah tuturu bentura no Yedini disremo pamotel se Abatu aye betwe ye yasundie Yempento kwebia Enunti amanof.
Hello. Good afternoon. Me ba cho dini baby afrefi. Yo, ofake you. Meda say otama son meda sipi. Hello.
Hello, ini aba BIAMAH.
Uni apenyi ma hai.
Yeah, ni o mpacha o want to say.
Erade adom na nso e.
Nyame ada Roma. Baby ami ro da me wo bia me chia no.
Yo ajoso pacho eti o.
Yo, edi kan metu supporters fo. Politicians na yedi o nwachi no bebre ma egugu abrutire. Enra yesi former MC owo tema Odantin. Omo ache no. Befia nioma omo ahye ne tema ha. Na utire anye ye ni edu kotumu a. Mini aba me kai mra ye che esamu abuatin. Abranti ebi no onima. Police headquarters ge ye two tear gas. Abranti eni wuye. Enne ye wresa esamu abuatin. Aban ba odi ni post. Nti mestre supporters ya mum yenhye yansa kakra. Ni eto bi o president mama o sidai. Iya no no se ade bi ye free enye no. Uwa breso ayarefo school. Anywhere we come by then 3 nothing reading schools. Eduani Shikampo na untimi fenko. Also about obetia university free education free. Ghana for President Mama obeka seden na na Akufo Addo bai wagu nyuma. Obuasi go fruits na unim ni pefa. Otu company no mu de safwa commerce antehin. Santehin na nanum to. Yet your man obi di 2 million old Ghana. Koto bank. Okwaji police ni bro no. Bank na na sisi wona ngu dada.
Meda say.
Wabro so be na utu ye.
Meda sipi. Yo. Yenu abema Evans no hello.
Hello, Ghana bom today.
Nyame adom na nso e.
Gala mu ye ba gala uni fifi ni.
Yo, yeti ofi.
Gala. Ma me no kwa jimi skala ya bro ni si we MPP time so ni ma me kan tre no. Kola no ma me kan tre no. And the MPP time. What you said you need to do one our traffic. One more no dey so ni ma end 3 days. So ni ma me kan tre no. One come we so and then Alpha house. One poor number than come we so yes MPP time. And I yet to security at all. Yet to security at all. No ya bro no. What's there ho? Men you make mama ye na no gana fumu ngwana. MPP fumu nke. Mo shedem na mo test me na mo me ye campaign. We ko house actually. Ama me party e bo be ye ma joma mo bo be ya wo shedem wo test. Me person ke gana fu say test we ba wo shedem me na me ye campaign mo Japan motos. Me fumi ko me juma ko bisa sa ba se ko Japan motos me ye campaign. Wo shedem wo test. Na 7 December e do ye be. And if you nkasa wo be ye action. Ye be action. Am mo say yes. And 7 December no NDC ye bibi.
That's it.
Ko me juma ko bisa so we na to force won to ma no.
That's it. Hello.
Hello, Mame Gada.
Good afternoon, Pachodin.
Mami Soja, good afternoon. Your friend Wendy 1F.
Yo, Wendy 1F yet you.
Yo, major what you say, check the documents. It's your new quadu. Ni chiana papa minia. NBC. They say, don't mama, who know cow? Oh, who know cow? Champa, my friend, are free. That of Messam Nanado, that was a Kufado. Shut up, take a little question, yes. They say, don't mama, okay. And mama organ head now about what I may free, if it's in that talker. Say, mama organ head about what I may free. Okay, that's what I actually say. But the man said, Gana, who said, they're not the damn Kufado. And here for a damn fool. So I speak Gana for any because God a friend here. I'm Toma. I'm going to yes. I'm number one now. Someone said to him, no,
Yadasi P. Hello.
Yeah, maybe I'm.
Good afternoon.
Fine afternoon.
Maybe Jodini baby Afrefi.
Where you very ma a couple of Pomponia branch here, Ofie and Woso home.
Hey, whoa. Ofie yet you.
Oh, many of you my power dear the woman can I was it. Now me cheer me peace for just and say, my question fee, I ain't driving south. I PC. This is in people from number one, another number one. Many my page on the man in Mahamadada, meeting here, papa. This is papa no Sebio on Nama. When you can say, we are forced to say we're not want to what we're trying to at the film. Now, the two says, papa no near Okano, and Yado to me, and Yado to me, just of that Ghana, the Ghana version is our hifa. Now I sign up by my incorporation of Burkina Faso. Papa, we want to Nana operate education. Who's education? I never China. As a baby, you quite 20 years back. And that dear, Ebanisa, obviously, a day is free, dear. And you're not free, 6 years free.
Medasi P. Hello.
Obagada.
Good afternoon, Obapa.
Afternoon, Mama BIAMAH.
Let's say.
Adom.
Yo, it's you.
Yo. What day in answer for my domini? And anyway, they were working no question and a special voting at that Roma. Instead, no be a messy deal, intended them Lenny area. Then a day, a quite my name to me boom. Now I'm going to Manso. They make an special voting and shall spend. Which then say I can't name Nagana Fool Nara, the Quaco something near to Abba, Ediama Abba Papa, or so on the national cake, the canon go for the choir confirm, or no, there were first says the can say, ye more be no mean to us, and if free say, so be intimate could be. Ye should see a ya, or come on with the ma, what you mean, or see there be, me sure not perform a win based on Mutifia, so me, Juma, Juma, and yet, into na kwada Roma into me ma mutifia woman meye adwuma first kenke de kuma wo yumi de awosa ni semre kwa ono man Ghana enu contract into Mr. Ghana for se be di eduna kaso na boni akoso aba no yen hwe mi masoma na na de dan ko kufa ado edi ne yen to papa no so na minimi so man Ghana be ka be hwe
That's CPs of MAAME. That's hello.
Yeah, many of my AKWAFO.
Good afternoon, Yaya.
Yaya, the teacher, and the Casefield of Mammy Chair. But I I'm not a test banner.
It's you, Taylor.
And I'm a how Kumisi, and a lawyer Kumaya, the Gilisha on a number one. Until I am in your wood and send it in Fona on the Cambodia Kunyan. I mean about 2060. Now we not but no peace and aunt.
About time.
But you, Yamadi S. I'm a Ghana for who say, I buy you with me again. Frank, Orange Stamp. Now I need your focus twaba. And Sana Yenetimo. Because for 2016, media, Munya Koya, you catch them so 20 Ghana. I'm a media for press conference. You can say that when you come to Saka Crab, and yes, sir, the 20 Ghana, you give media, but say, it be true when she was so yet, Ghana. Now, because I saw Kabidi also small card, I never took one. Let the friend, let the commission for Agnestica for Omuncia. Because every now, shut an emmy and this is for the cat say, and now more yet much antipify, and no say, media for me to make a disayatum.
Meda say, Yaya. Meda CP, hello.
Hello, Mame BIAMAH.
Good afternoon, Pacho Dean.
Mame BIAMAH, where Waunia back, but an arm walk.
Yo, Nana, it's you.
Mame BIAMAH, I am more about Smith, Maswayama or my Ghana. They are more on my penal than for the name paying for Abaso. Because I am not buy and no former any former and now go school. And then after no one for your mama, and but why desperate and pat. Obi wa onu na enter all through the books there on the oyeni size after the majedi. Obi what class be 3 years actual manifesto. I never talk about the amount of bonta good amount for adwin and I'm that to manifesto. I'm say na the chimpe and then with that sorry ya Mose Palaqua Afghan form Ghana form the other say obey a secondary school or university who nyashu and you can say free scholarship to everybody name the young say any different than normal canon I had your bomb by Yana or Munja I won't promise you 1 premium from my Uchiba on my 1 year on my Panita Kunyaswa and Mobile Per Jumayan also on your magic
me that say hello
Nyame asumidwe enanka mo awie papa.
Enka so enka. Bacho udini baby afrefi.
Nana Mohammed Kaswa of Baria Masalati.
Bacho itio.
The spokesman for the North region, Northern region. The American say obi kitadia na so kese baji. Enna obi o say menya me diba mowa kan we say menya wa de wa ma no oya dadafo the former president aye Miami Kromini ejuma a Ghana for their shinisem owo tumi wo bibia se nke obaye empoa adama Ghana fo want to me ye ya nye the sitting president ehumbo bora enwonye se nke Ghana fo kora betuma kasakosa abia. But the politics at the same Bible at the same Yamission. The Bioba Kai Nempanyamison. Ujane Kakana Yirefi. And the politics and so Aquaka yesterday Bisaneti. And then yes, I did the second president, and Juma Obama or Malcolm Kongana. And can you answer Basaka Fabu?
That's it. That's it. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Papa.
Ami adum bacho dini baby afrefi.
Yo, me das ye Dr. Numa and Tema Committee to Market.
Me bacho iti doc.
That's me chia Mr. John Chete State Warehouse. And I'm Tabanpa, a Bagufia Banpa Port. Been about me. Say, Obapenila Dasi will be Papa de Magana, woman who sans say, Openya Konya, or Mobile Konya, Ghana for which to the sense say, Ye can was waiting to be a man missing to be a Ghana for chances, on Tobia, the Black Society who could see there, extra war. Yes, yet here home. So that say, Papa may do so by a well, me and high cannot want to the nature of Magana said, my city so a bear 1 million maybe 500 Ghana. Magana for Munuma and on more than it and yet my same with your chat. Yamuchi and I had me and I like it when I need a such attack. I'm a papa, AGC, now my old finance to cool another finance in former Ghana for. Should another buy a talk of the by me now. The men inquiry says a comfort Mama time. And I say, we see ya the men quality can be in Ancabastanka Sashi.
That's it.
No one is now.
That's CP. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Pacho. Dini baby afrefi.
I'm a pastor for a Mikasan.
Hey, for so who young one. Hey, it's you. It's to be annoying your name style be you.
I'm just in something.
Yo, yet your wife.
Another talk about Tesma.
Hello, Efo. Efo jina ye na online munye o.
Hey, nyabutu.
Aha. Hello.
Ebe fuka se bi se. Mama wonkuna anya wonkuna. He, nuye mi wonwa. Enu na enkrafu kan se, mama se mi na pe. Ene o si say after the university be free. Ghana fu say e katrem say do mama no trasin. O ka se ne a eno o tro be sana ni. Mi si onu ka sa hu ground ni say about wa rules wa wie. Anti sadia mi metna se mi ka se bibia Ghana fu be ka to yentu bari mami. Mi si mami bia ma fatras before Monday. Do mama be ka se ni pa wo be nyani no. Wo pa hwe. Mi si o be ka se ni pa wo your papa wo be nyani obi obe nyani because papa no why so frustrated this omu bi obeka anti minim say Ghana for so ne na ku father my papa why and they also said hey
yeah that's safe yeah that's CP. Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mami Soja.
Me bacho dini baby afrefi.
Me bacho oga wuli ni
Yo.
Accra out of the local MP so.
Okay, oga yeti yo.
Mamincha me PC, a lawyer for like just a Yoga Messiano, Mamincha lawyer don't want any few also. Mamma Biama, Ghana for me, then almost say about some for your general attack you. Yeah, for my NDC, members, NDC, or Mayakunya for 8 years. I only hear Ghana for Ghana for Omuye. Do so, Omuye. And maybe a Jumayan, if I mama or young magica, or the command any Jumayan. Never get allowance, Omuchum, about we buy Odia, and then I'm going to go to free. But another did not come on a purpose, what is covered by what change for 9 months. Another Sabbath, Gana no fwa o de ba de pepa na ma wa no ho na no wa to aba ato de ma wa no ho na impuntu ani ye wo the edis okay na no e de tumi no mo penti anya dia omba ombeti na ye because omo si ade ye fi bia ye ene de omo si fi ya ye omo de ba ya Gana fo mu share is boye papa na ze omo de ntro ani nko nto na ba dia Gana fo mfa mo ho ade na mo so ba man ni dia mbonu mu papa
It has hello
me aba mame.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Papa Chodi ni baby afrefi.
Yo, unu ya DK bini because free number 9 electoral area.
Yo, DK it's you.
What are room? Then I meet you. NDC for some there must some manifesto. Where Azam party, Azam manifesto, Azam promises. Mr. Ghana man na Madaroma. A judge the enemy back to a better. You could sit na pay a shebre. Mimi anya dachi and kwala ya ban. Na nanda da okupodo ni pa wa dia ba ma ma Ghana no yes so to abama me order number 1 or ballot no so kana oto ma no na kai anya so to for Dr. Dixon Adamakisi order number 1 na obegina mu amaye ye maame ayeko botu besra mu me na nkɔ ne moa na nim de owo no fa mo boa anya so to ne nkɔ ani ne nkɔ du besasa asem so besra mu me nyai NDC asem kra ne nto abanama na na dadan kwa akufado order number 1 on the ballot.
That's it. Yoga. That's it. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
My friend George.
Yo. Yo, George, it's you.
I'm the chairman paying and Akufado. You're gonna post your uncle for time. And but you, Mama, just a body shaker. Nyakimbiaka. Nanka Obika, Vianka. 4 years now, to be my what you temper. The temper now work on any day. What I saw on the your bus, you're free. I would be a free entry. I saw the man. What can you get a 4 I am a girl, and 20 a year, you get a 4 canoe. No matter be much on your and remember, on to June. Let's tell it, into June. Let me say, get a more new Biasi. Near the George Odo, the so pa, no one put my every moment we call the Democon, so many pa, the catch a moment near and can catch you for sale on tomorrow. Do my idea pa. Bye bye.
Medasipi. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, mammy.
Papa Chodi baby afrefi.
My friend me Bonzi, me free hours.
Bonzi it's you.
Yo. Menchia me wafa incoming MP anya so to Dr. Adumako Kisi. Mahama ni campaign no ato nsuo na your president kan ye no ato nsuo oni campaign message bia hwe nan se ya kwa oko yi a after supporters na wa start pa mo yi we one signal obehwe obi asum ni supporters ndi supporters mo say o mo aso ye din yempe president a yempe airbus president yempe a confirmed president yempe bas branding president yempe free senior high nipa obetimi aboa Ghana for yempe nipa 9 months free water electricity wafa half or say Ghana for so for half when president say na yempe president say na ye dey anything so obetimi aboa Ghana party be any Ghana apart from MPP obetimi aboa Ghana mami o ko so le akotuma MPP o say no one for no mo frɛ obiom because of free senior high anything me dey see ya me da say
Medasipi. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Pacho Dini baby afrefi.
I'm the come watch the Kazafri New York.
Yo, ejabot yetio.
The town was here. Really, the young woman be an extra Panama no man. So for the man there.
Nyampa jo ejina wa o so nti decide na ne chene ya.
Decide. Oh. Ya to Mahama Ngodiaga. Ani ya tie ko to Makubuado. Ni ya class na ku kan tema mpo ko mamba. Ama Kubuado mi ana bia blolo fe. Mi ko ba yenzo ma ni ni ready as. Ni bia mi ti we dey. And maybe another director ban is in there because they are doing. They will be back to talk about man. If you say quite ya say who buy any no, I should be back then. So I very quite or more ya quite be had. We press I see quite or more. There is no finding how much money had. It is really what I say. It is there that the million will be a bit of a man. You always say I'm a media, we are the other of them.
Yo, actually, you beka ho asem why me da sipi. Hello.
Kakene se want to Mahama.
Hello.
But this time mano. Panechewa on this time minister mano. O to mana se kufa do be se Mahama nyen boro nya de papa bi o manka. O me bisase ni on to mano.
Ka chire uko bi fia ya abokokoko. Ka chire uko bi fia ya abokokoko.
Ago
Joso yako.
Bidin de ka chira ho fe me fro fi obosoma se ekua pe ma me fa ofin so na me nchia o mam penyini eye nu nyamfu to man Mahama gun jadishie nyame nsha na papa obi ba be ke kan nyama no ana o nka ba ma eye akonfirm na yen ko to ba ma skabeta yen ko to ba ma PDA to ko to ma japa nimia Ghana forces here no mess every night. And this MPP for one so many years. And this will be some of the social media for Pakufano, your man Ghana. They use some photo Pakufano, no so big new man to build the NSA basis Ghana deal. Mammy, one Kassamu can carry out. What's your papa one before the
Meda sipi, meda secretary, meda say hello. Good afternoon. Me pacho me ho ye wan me shiane.
Bacho ye unia wa danfo umakope nokure asa.
Hey, mi kuro no wa doso.
Ka so abaabi a MP no atutu no.
Yo, nokure meet you.
Mi free achima nyinam ti. So no sa Samantha mfo so ona na me kwafu manti mi obi a mi audition kasa.
Mate.
Yeah. Oba mama che excellency John Damani mama a oda number 2 ana na akoyo ono so da number 2 aka asofo nyina so moto abade ama no no obi ka so wo so on trap ma o mampani de ben na nemre wo beto aba ama o mampani a woji 40,000 oba enna me ne wo kase enna hwa wo kire a na Ghana jopade na kufa do sisa de ma na busua we nyina chi anso e san de bribe 40,000 Ghana Penina no Kufado, I just cut your crump for 40,000. As what the 40,000 price. As 3. When you name, Penina no Kufado, dear Rambo, Ghana for Master Montua Penin, John Damani, Mahama.
That's it.
And now university for free.
Medase, I was your hand and causing an IBC. Ebusia for the accident BIAMAH Kunu Ghana Limited for Mother Romadi Womunro Hunchun capsules, Mr. Kill, X and Y granules, Zarba Bazempel, and African tablet, what the tie Enre Yenro Sunkwa, Ebwa, and Mani Memenara. Obia, when a chefa ewomo, Bema Peso Mema Yono, a dimu, a CP, a sita. Mr. Bomade Sobama Saka Hunchun capsules, Mr. Kill, and Alpha X and Y granules, what and Alpha or Bar so petu a future home no, it imagine ye ma wo de wo ho na wotimi enyini ye prom na ha na ha fefe se me si ha yi a na no so ama Saka Raba Bazempels what ni nyina eye kunlu for wo mo edro obi a BP ababetena so omoden ese wo be ma Saka ken tablet e no so kunlu for ede aba ebebo yi PP ni nyina ede fro no mo amwatimi ade ho kama enwumakoi e na wo mo ebo ye chidom hwehwe kunlu for wo mo e wo Eastleigh go na Champion Junction na on de call na ni wo mo eninsa wo so Wadaroma eno boy chidoma enne ewie yede mema intijumedie yede ebre wo. Now will be asmodi abanos MB. I am watching you from Mayera Estate, Willie, former for Nana and Odiaba. Ghanaians, we should vote boom boom for President Anato. JM think we have short memories. We should show JM and his NDC from Yesuti as regards to Mr. Kojo Osafo. Mami B, please vote for number one represent hope, belief and development. A vote for number one and Dr. Dixon Adumaku Kisi of Anyaso Utium means future leaders are assured of a better tomorrow. Vote for number one is a guarantee to protect our gains, including free SHS, TVET, 1D1F, 1 village, 1 dam, 1 constituency, 1 ambulance. Reject JDM, NDC and their allies. Their manifesto lacks credibility and are now running away from it. Sejuwa Azankwa DKB of Israel, Lomnava electoral area and Odebaye. Ebusia BIAMAH all the way from Samanda Salam Biamzi will vote for NPP, but Education Minister and the GS must post College of Education 2017, 2018, 2019, or else we will not vote. And also so edine die abanom. Good afternoon, host. In fact, this afternoon I was relaxed in sending message, but it seems NDC is taking Ghanaians to be stooges. Where from this sudden U-turn in terms of their manifesto, it will do them harm than good. And then also so what they abba ewa hase. Congratulations to President Anado. God has really already chosen him to continue his good works. Abele and eduwe ifrinungwa aba. Prince of Feno say, hey, Mama again. He moved from Chemupe into free. No wonder, but said sometimes he used to lie. Ohine yao, NDC can promise free transport, free fuel, and if free banku, they will still lose massively. Greetings to all Elephants family. Richard Ohineba Dumako, fellow Ghanaians, please shine your eyes and vote for Nanato and MPP to bring abroad to Ghana. My regards to Honorable Kennedy Ejapon. Ebusia hani adijumedi nyina esie asadaka siepa enkoma production crew headed by Joe Dameado Magjerio Sajma Boye and afefrema bankro ne twa yentum live in social media handles so. Ebusia me sorry sweetie na chese ma minua bema Ula Michael ono ena eba beje akonwa no agi entatade akofie ochina eyenya mene pa me ofanimpon adakabre ozioma mamudu ono ba bejedwa na ode mema intijumedie ode abeto amoso na me sorry so cry na mede asedane happy birthday kese pa ko ama Reverend Eugene Apiore do ono ye minister in charge of President Church of Ghana Emmanuel Congregation Fise sub district papa ene ye wa woda onyame nasumdwe enkan nasumdwe mra wo so wo na ebusuafo ni nyina ene papa wa mama ka ekuapem oya me daw papa dem kasei oya me daw yiye papa mefra ko kafante edi papa party no me free hapa na chese me totomi ne manyina meba be ndwen ma be chicken wings ne na sefo ni nyina bi nti mama reserve my own there for me ebusu me din ede mami BIAMAH AKWAFO obetimi afre me BIAMZ 1 anase woman gada anampo ubetimi afrem me mami soja BIAMAH brofo de nyina ofrem a mejo so makraw